little bit late. I'm so sorry. I got my grandson here and I had to order some stuff from Target. Hold on, I can't even see the comments. Hey, Lady 7 Up. Hey, Dolly. Hey, Sharice. Hey, Zigzag. I'm sorry, well, I think I was about 7 minutes late. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I know y'all are used to probably me being late by now over the last year, but I'm very sorry about that. How was everybody doing? I was so tired. Whew, I was having to do whatever I could do to keep myself awake. Hey, Crooked Arrow, how are you doing? I love you. How's everybody doing today? I am not gonna lie, y'all. I have been surviving day by day. That's it, day by day. You're working, Sharice? Well, I'm glad that y'all made it. And I never put a long, what do you call it, like a preview out, because usually if I do that, I won't make it. Because you never know in my life what will be going on. It's always something going on. But I just wanted to apologize because I've kind of been isolating a little bit. And it's really just to preserve my mental health mostly right now. And I'm so tired. I haven't been sleeping very well. And I don't think I've been out my house but once in a couple of months, literally. And it was to go to the doctor. So it's been a little bit uh depressing around here. But I've been trying. Hey Mustang Mama, how are you doing? Um well, I just wanted to check in to let y'all know, first of all, I was alive. And second of all, I just want to see how everybody else was doing. I did get on Dolly's one night. I think it was late, whenever I saw her on. And I have been watching this Soto thing. Um, and I did want to do a live about that because actually I found her house on Zillow, the mom's house, and I have it saved, and I am going to come back on and share that. If anybody's interested in that, you can put a 1 in here if you're interested in seeing that. Because you hear all kind of things. Oh, it was a 1-bedroom, blah blah blah. No, it's not a 1-bedroom, and it's a really nice place actually. And it's a 4-bedroom that she lives in with 3 baths. And anyway, if anybody's interested in that. Oh, you have a new grandson, Sharice. Congratulations. Oh, you sent me pics. Was it on through Facebook? I hadn't been on there a whole lot. Well, I guess I'll post stuff from like YouTube sometimes, just, and then I'll go through there and like look real quick just for a second, or get on Messenger or something. But I don't know if was it on my regular one or my Facebook one. I'll have to go look. Oh, sweet little baby. I love little babies. I can't. I'm gonna go look as soon as I get off this live. And I'm not gonna do a real long one or anything, but I just wanted to check in with you guys because y'all have really been like family to me. I mean, yes, friends, but more like family. And a lot of you have gotten me through the last year between your prayers and talking to you and texting with you. And, I think I've been in shock, and now that I'm coming up on a year here in less than 20 days, I think, I don't know, I think it's kind of hitting me finally. And just the closer I've gotten to this date, it's just been really hard. And there's other things going on with my older children that they're all going through some stuff. And yeah, so it's been a bit difficult. Um, I do talk to Noelle a good bit. Damaged Goods, she and I talk some, and I just hadn't really been talking to anybody a whole lot lately. Sherry and I usually talk, and me and Lady Seven Up usually talk a lot, and I have just been isolating in my room and just kind of surviving. So don't take it personal. Please, please, please do not take any of this personal. I've just had to hide and survive. And I'm hoping after this anniversary date is over that, that I'll start accepting things and I'll be able to just move on a little bit more. It's just been a really hard time. Yeah, you're right, Sherry. Cricket Arrow. Time does close the wound. It just lessens the hurt. Yeah, I know this. I'll never be the same, and it'll never go away. But I know I was in daggum. What do you call it? Deep, deep grief and depression after my mama died for probably about 9 years, and I went to a grief class at church, a grief group, and it helped me a lot. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I am so not ready for that yet. I will go, but I'm not ready because I feel like I need more one-on-one probably because I'm kind of been in the angry stage of grief lately, and that's one reason I hadn't been talking to people a lot because when you're angry, you say things sometimes that you don't mean, and you're snappy and you're short, and it's not anybody else's fault. It's not even your fault. It's not my fault. It's just what it is. And I mean, I know what you meant. It doesn't close it, but it helps. My mom has been gone for 17 years, almost 18 years. It's coming up October. And I mean, I still miss my mom like crazy, but it's not as bad as it was, back then. Let's put it that way. And I know a lot of y'all have gone through a lot of different things, and even though we don't always walk through the exact same stuff, many times, grief is grief, and it's still, even if, even if I've got, actually, believe it or not, I have had 3 friends in the last 6 months to maybe 6 months. I can't keep up with time because in one way it seems like just yesterday this happened with Zach, and then in another way it feels like forever. So it might not be exactly 6 months, but I've had 3 friends to lose a child, an older child, an adult child in the last 6 months. And 2 were from an overdose, and 1 was by unaliving themselves. So even though we're all 3 going through grief of our children, it's still different. Everybody grieves differently. There's no rules for it. And, we just get through it the best way we can. It's called survival at first. Am I thriving right now? Heck no. But I'm surviving. Sometimes it's day by day, and sometimes it's hour by hour, sometimes it's minute by minute. And sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to get through the day, much less forever until I go home with the Lord. And I've been angry, but not with the Lord, really. I mean, I'm not angry with the Lord at all. It's just with the circumstances, if you know what I mean. I know Sherry, your sister, passed away, and Yeah, it's like we're in shock first, and I know that you didn't expect that. It was kind of a sudden thing too. And I've been praying for you. I pray a lot here alone in my room, even though I'm not maybe doing lives a lot or getting on panels a lot or doing a lot of stuff. Um, I think it's just, God gives us that good spiritual anesthesia for a while, to get us through it. And then we got to start dealing with it little by little. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to face it. Yep. Me too, girl. Me too, sister. I'm the only one left as well as far as the matriarch. Um, all my parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, nobody that's older than me is left in my family. Well, I take that back. I've got one cousin, but she lives in Florida, so I don't get to see her that much. But I it is rough. It's rough whenever every single person that you went to for advice, because I had an aunt, that I was very close to, that she died. It was, well, I think maybe 2 years now. Like, I can't keep up with time really well. But after my mama died, she was my dad's sister, and she was really the only one left that was older than me, and she was in her 80s. So she was a good bit older, but I loved her very much. We were close. And she got the old jabberoni. And 48 hours later, she was in the hospital and she didn't make it back out. So, it is what it is. But it's been hard. I'm not going to lie and say, it's been a cakewalk. Because I think everybody knows that, nothing that has to do with losing somebody we love is a cakewalk. And there's a lot of different kinds of grief. It's not always just the passing of a loved one. They can, well, there's divorce, there's, alienation, there's just all kind of different things. But, my house is a wreck. It looks like an episode of Hoarders almost. Not quite that bad, but my husband's in there now, kind of fixing up the middle room where the grandkids usually stay. 65 years, that's a long time. She was only 65. That's so young. And, Sherry, you will be able to grieve. It'll happen. It's just, I think at first, these things, God is good to us by giving us that shock or numbness that we have at first, because it's preservation, it's self-preservation. I don't think that many of us could get through what we do without that. And he's good that way. But so really the only thing much I've been kind of watching it as far as YouTube goes is the little girl. She just turned 13, and her mama's boyfriend unalived her in Florida, in Kissimmee. So I have been looking at that, and that's been breaking my heart. Because she was so young. And I've got my theories and I've got my ideas, but I don't want to blame anybody and I don't want to say anything. I've made that mistake before and I'm not going to do it again. Oh, everybody went to get dinner. I hope they bring you back something good. Yep, our brain is designed to do that, to protect us. You feel like you're almost in quicksand, don't you? That's how I feel, like I'm stuck. I guess that's the best word for it, stuck. But I just wanted to thank everybody. I want to thank you for understanding where I've been at. understanding where my head is, understanding that my memory is horrible right now. On the bright side, and I've lost even more since then, but the last time I went to the doctor, I had lost 30 pounds in 3 months since the last time I went before that. So that's good. That's a good thing, even though it's maybe not through the best way, because I'm not very hungry. But I force myself to eat what I can, and then, my stomach starts to hurt so bad. And then I'm like, ugh, I wish I wouldn't have eaten that. And then, how you just don't have a taste for anything. So it's like, well, I'm not going to lie. I've been drinking the heck out of these pink drinks from Starbucks. I need to learn how to make my own. So that's one reason I was a little bit late, because when I was looking at Target and getting my cat litter and the cat food and all that kind of stuff, I was looking for that ICA. Well, I can't even pronounce it correct, but ICA sauce or whatever it's called, to try to make my own pink drinks to cut down on the price. Those bad boys went up like 80 cents overnight. So they're almost like $7 a piece. I got to get something else going on. I got to think of something else to drink besides that. I found some probiotic. I think it's Ocean Spray probiotic, and it's got blueberry acai in it. So I think I ordered that. I went ahead and made my order, and how you got to go pick it up about 2 hours later. So that's the way I do it. So I can't get out and shop. I'd have to ride one of them little buggies right now. There's no way I could get out and walk around that doggone Target. I just don't have the energy. I can't breathe. I think it's the weather maybe, but like the last 3 or 4 days, I've been telling my husband, I'm like, my heart is like physically in like hurting. It's like hurting. My chest is hurting. And, a couple of times it's been my blood pressure, but I'll take my clonidine and it'll come down a little bit, but that hadn't helped. So finally I was like, look, I'm going to try my inhaler, because, with all the rain we've been having where I live, and the weather's been very wonky. Like it'll be warm one day and then it'll be kind of cooler and rainy. Very unusual for where I live for this time of the year. And then, of course, we know the pollen starts coming out this time of the year, doesn't it? And, yeah, I used to love to drink that Boost, Sherry. I used to like to get the chocolate kind, because it kind of tastes a lot like True Moo chocolate milk. It's got soy in it, and soy gives me headaches. And that's another thing. I've been dealing with headaches almost every day. And that could be definitely allergies. So I took, let's see, I don't think it was last night. I think it was the night before last. I did my inhaler. And it does make me a little bit jittery. So I was a little bit reluctant. But I think it was a little bit of asthma and making my chest feel tighter. And right now, y'all know all this flu that's going around and everything. I don't want to be going to the doggone hospital and be subjected to something worse. So unless I know that, like, like I just need, like, in other words, I would call the ambulance for them to give me nitroglycerin or something if I thought I was having a heart attack to save my life for my family's sake. But, like, I'm kind of, me and Sherry have talked about this before. We both just are kind of like, we feel God's in control, and I mean, we'll do what we have to do to a point, but if it's our time, it's our time. I'm not going to do anything to make it go faster or anything, but I mean, I'm not scared of death or anything. Well, it's not that I'm not scared of death at all, because I know where I'm going. But it's funny, the other day I was sitting here by myself, and I was just, I just talked to God like I'm talking to y'all right now out loud, and I'll say, Lord, I'm not afraid of death at all. It's just the transition I'm a little worried about. Like, how's that going to be, or how's that going to feel? And I asked him, to give me peace about that for when my time does come. And also, one day I was having a really bad day, and I just said out loud, I was like, I've got no hope. I felt like I had no hope. And it was the craziest thing. I sat up, and the Lord usually talks to me through Job since I got saved. And it literally, I sat up, I was laying back. I videoed myself even. I was a hot mess that day. I'm not even gonna, y'all, I don't drink. I do not drink. But this particular day, I was having such a horrible day that my husband went and got me, what is it called? I got it up here still. Um, it's Parrot Bay coconut rum. And I had some Parrot Bay coconut rum and I mixed it in my pink drink. So that was really delicious because it was coconut mixed with this pink strawberry drink, and it was so good. And I'm not gonna lie, it helped a little bit. It really did. And I'm like, I've got no little kids anymore. All my kids are grown. I'm not a drinker, but doggone it, you know what? I deserve a little bit of a mental break today. So I did it. I drank, I think I might have drank two of them, but they were those small little, glasses, like a juice glass, I guess. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do to get by. Ain't no shame in my game. Chocolate's my favorite too. It is definitely good. I like it a lot. I'm not going to be on here a whole long time, but if anybody wants to come up, I can throw a link down there and we can talk. I hate sitting up here just talking by myself. I feel like an idiot. When I laugh a lot to try to I hide my pain a lot of times through laughter and joking. That is how I get through things a lot of times. The sad thing is when you get to the point where you can't laugh or you can't feel like you're joking and you're just trying to get through the day. You know what I mean? I'm going to put a link down there if anybody wants to come up a minute. I'm not going to be on here long because, like I said, my grandson's in there. And I just wanted to touch base with everybody because I just wanted to let you know I'm alive and here and everything's, just what you figure it probably would be going through this stuff. And let me see, I forgot how to do the link. Also, my StreamYard was off because I forgot to pay the bill. I can't remember to pay my bills, and that is dangerous. Poor Jay, he goes to work and I stay home, and I found it. Okay. So I did that. Let's see. I forgot to pay my StreamYard, so I had to get that taken care of. So that is, well, when I went to go make that video the other day, actually, is when I found out. And it let me make the video about Zach anyway, but I don't think I could go live. I think that's what it was. And I've got the $19 version of StreamYard because, I don't get up here and grift or anything. So, and not everybody that puts their PayPal out there is a grifter, by the way. In fact, I'm thinking about doing, okay, I have got a lot of like true crime stuff that's happened in my area. And I've actually been friends with a couple of them. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this story about Larry Gene Bell. He died in the electric chair here. I think he was one of the last people to be put in the electric chair in. Hey, Juju, how are you doing? I'm just apologizing to everybody for me being on a hiatus and kind of isolating myself, but I've just been trying to survive this. I feel like once I get past that 1 year mark, maybe I'll kind of start pulling around a little bit and it'll seem more real, if you know what I mean. Oh, thank you so much. I always forget to say that. I always forget to say subscribe. I always forget to say hit the like button. And if anybody wants to come up here, I did throw the link out there. But I got to wait a little bit to go pick up my Target order anyway. I can't remember if I did the car pickup or if I got to go inside. I hope I did the car pickup because I got on my daggone jammies and no bra, and I do not. Well, they're kind of pajamas. They're pajama bottoms in like a kind of a pink t-shirt that you can see through, so I better not go like that on the inside anyway. I'm okay in the car, and hey, if I get stopped by the cops, I'll probably get let. They probably will let me go. They'll feel bad for me. But we've got a lot of kitties here. Had another litter of kitties, 5. Um, maybe this time my husband will take me serious and get the voucher that we have and go get Mr. PJ denutted. And my sweet little Sassy is going to have to be fixed because she's had 2 litters now, and I just don't want her to have any more. And all the cats look just alike because it's the same dad, and they're not related or anything. I mean, they're from 2 totally different. There's no inbred cats or anything, but they are so cute. They are so cute. And I'll come back and I'll show them another time. They're feeding right now. They got their eyes open and they're starting to walk around. And that's another thing. I got some pate. But I look like hell. I'm going to show you what I look like. Actually, I'm going to just cut the camera on for a minute so you can see. I'm swollen, but I've lost weight, and my hair is a hot mess, and it's so dark in my room. So I literally have a big, huge flannel cover over the front window to block out the sun like a vampire. But look, ooh, you can see. Look at how you can tell I've been crying. I'm very swollen there and here. It looks like I have on a mask or something, doesn't it? And my hands are swollen. And I could be having a flare up, quite frankly. I really could. Because it's hard to tell sometimes when you're having a lupus flare up or when it is I know I love kittens too, and they're so sweet. And that has helped me a little bit. Have something to look forward to. I'm gonna cover myself back up again. But you can't see me. It is dark in here. I'm telling you, this room is dark. And I got my window unit on over there. In the window. We have central air too. So I've got the central air on and I got the window unit on. But since I've lost a little bit of weight, or either it's because of my lupus flare, I'm not sure which one. But I've been going in and out. And I'll be hot one minute and then I'll be cold the next. Hot one minute and then cold the next. One thing I've been having fun doing is getting on Marketplace and like looking for all kind of things on there. And, of course, I mostly just window shop on there, unless I find something that I cannot pass up, like my new comforter that I got. I love it. It's like a what's that color? Terracotta. It's like an orange terracotta color, and I've got my walls are purple. I think I've shown them to y'all before, but a pretty kind of a grayish lavender color, which is my favorite color. It's more earth tone purple. It's the color. It's kind of the Friends color, on the show Friends. In my bedroom furniture, my bedroom suit is like really old. It's from like the 60s probably, but it's very heavy duty wood, like the good kind of wood. The way they used to make it, not the stuff they make nowadays, like particle board. But this is like wood you could redo if you wanted to, but I would never want to redo it because it's that yellow color that I just love. And it is actually the same exact scheme or color scheme as the Friends set, that had the lavender and that yellow together. And I just love that. Some good news. I need some good news. My great nephew is home. 9 pounds. Praise the Lord. 9 pounds. All right. That's good news. That is really good news. God is very good. The funny thing is, um, yes, he answered all of our prayers. He does. He's good at that. He does answer our prayers. That is for sure. I remember he was a little tiny thing. And then also, Wisconsin Mamas, remember she had her little grandbaby, and I hadn't been able to check lately to see how big Tilly has gotten. Does anybody know? Because I don't. But he got to come home and he's 9 pounds now. Juju, Bubby, I tell you what, that is a miracle. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much. And just keep fattening that little baby up. I bet 9 pounds he's got little roly polies now. He's got little chub wub legs. It's so fun to have the babies home and holding them. And, when they're first new like that, and they feel like a little sack of potatoes when you hold them and you smell their little. I just love to smell newborn babies. They're so sweet. And like to feel behind their little head where their neck is. And like, oh, I don't know about y'all, but with all my kids and grandkids, like when I'd hold them to put them to sleep, I'll show you if you can see me. I know y'all said y'all can't see me, but maybe if I do this, you can see me a little bit. But this part right here, right there, like I would just like rub their face right there, and in no time they'd be snoring. Kind of like the people on my panel right now. They're probably snoring because I'm boring. Oh, but it's so fun. I love it. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and kind of connect with some of my friends, my family, my Facebook family. That's what I call you guys. Because that's how I feel. I do. Even though I haven't been talking to anybody lately much. You just sent me a pic of your 2 babies. I'm not even on Facebook Live right now. Let me look. You want me to show or no? Show or no? Did you put them on the main Facebook page or did you put them in like Messenger? Let me see if I can look. Hold on. Another great thing, how things happen in like a bunch of stuff. It's really not good, but they cut my insurance off. So I've been having to pay for my prescriptions, and some of them I haven't been able to get. I've been having to try to, I'm looking for Facebook, so if I can't see it, which I'll write right now, I'll catch you in a second. Let's see. I got to go to my other one. Hold on. I want to see some baby. I want to see a baby. See profile. Got to switch it over. And here's my Facebook. Let's see. I can probably share that because I'll share my. Let me see. You care if I share them? Yeah, congratulations to both of y'all. I want a baby. I want a grandbaby. Jaden, the way she talks, she wants to get married soon. She wants to get married young so she can have time, I guess, with her husband or whatever first. And then she wants to have babies kind of young. I guess because I was 35 when I had her, and she feels like I'm old, and a lot of her friends have younger parents. So she's like, I want to have my kids younger. Let's see. Let me present there on the screen and share my Facebook there. And if you hadn't subscribed up to my Facebook, normally I would be on there more, but lately I haven't been on there as much. So let me see. Here we are. Let me get over there and look. I haven't been on here in a hot minute. I don't want to share any private messages on here though. Let's see. There's the photo. Hold on a minute now. Well, let me see. Do you share? Well, do you share? Do you care if I shared a picture of the baby, Sharice, or do you not want me to? And I won't pull it up. I'll let's see. Because I want to see. Let me see. I'm going to take this down for a minute, and then I'm going to look. And then if you tell me it's okay, I'll pull it back up. Is it okay? Okay. Well, I'm going to pull it up first because I want to make sure there's like no messages. Even though we don't talk about anybody or anything, I just want to make sure there's no. Oh, I want to make sure there's no messages or anything that's personal between us. Well, oh, look at that sweet baby. Oh my goodness. Oh, precious. Okay, hold on. I'm going to share it because it is so cute. Let's see. I'm trying to do it without sharing anything because I don't want to share anybody's private messages here. I missed you too. And for a little while, my phone was off and I didn't even cut it back on. I forgot like my phone bill. I forgot my phone bill. My phone was off for a couple of days. I didn't even bother to cut it back on. I was like, I don't even want to cut it back on. It seems like there's nobody calling but scammers. But then I was like, I need to have my phone on, staying here alone. The only thing I could do was call 911 if somebody came in on me. But I miss you guys. I do a lot. And y'all have gotten me through this, like I said. Look at this sweet baby. So precious. Look at that. Oh, look. So cute. Look at those little sweet lips. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Oh, look at that. Oh gosh. I'm so old, but I wish I was young. It makes me have baby fever. Look. Oh my goodness. How much did the baby weigh? Is this dad? Is this the daddy? Oh, look how sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So cute. 7 pounds and 13 ounces. That's a good weight. Zach weighed 714. And he was 6 weeks early. He was going to be a huge one, wasn't he? I've missed all of y'all so much. And hugs. I'm giving y'all virtual hugs. And it's just been a hard time. But I think, I'm going to proclaim and profess that I'm going to get out of this rut. I am. And, get back to my old self again and get on here a little more. I got my StreamYard taken care of so I can get back on here again. Honey, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. What else?
Huh? Uh-oh, you cut the TV off. Yeah, and I'm on live, so don't be cussing. What were you trying to do? Oh, I didn't know you plugged something in. Oh, that's your son? He's handsome too. Is that their first Is that their first baby? How many is that? You can't find it? Cut the big light on. I told him it was like a cave in here. It was so dark. Oh, thank you, Lady 7 Up. I am. Y'all know, I mean, listen, I'm not mad at God at all. Like, I hold no, like, I hold nothing against the Lord at all. Like, I know He sees down the road way further than I do. And He's got reasons for everything. And my son was saved. So, like, I can't be mad at Him. You know, I'm just, you know how you have stages of grief and you just got to get through them. You know, the only way out is through. That's what I say. I do listen to a lot of music. That's mostly what I do. I cannot wait to get back in my pool again. I am ready for this weather to warm up. And usually around Easter time, you know, it is time around the South to go swimming. But it has been cold here. It is, and I'm hot natured. It's been a little chilly. And Lady 7 Up knows how I love my pool because me and her over the summer last year, I'd be in that pool and I'd just be on my float and she and I would be talking and I'd be on a live or something and we'd just be talking. Sometimes it'd just be me and her. But yeah, so she knows how I enjoyed my pool. And I'll be honest with you, that really saved me over the summer last year. Getting that vitamin D and getting in the water and moving around. The winter has not been kind to me. I bet it is cold up there. What is the weather up there right now? Right here, right now, today where I'm at, it has been raining and it is I don't like this number, but it's 66 degrees. Y'all, do you know how weird I am? And I'm not superstitious at all. I don't know why I don't know why I do this. But on my thermostat, like I cut my temperature down cold at night because I have to sleep when it's colder. I can't breathe. So like I'll cut it down. And if say my husband has cut it up to like 68 or 69, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'll get up and sweating. And I'll go in there and I'll cut it down. And like to get it to cut on, it'll be like 66 degrees to get it to pop on. And I'm like, ugh, I just can't bear to do it. So I'll have to cut it down to 65. It's 40 up there. Raining nonstop here. It's raining nonstop here too. That's what we were saying. My husband was like, I wonder if it's going to quit raining. Dang. I mean, every day. And anybody that is a little bit older and got a little bit of joint problem, and I don't mean the good kind of joint, I mean the joints that hurt, y'all know how it is. It is, it hurts. I mean, all my joints hurt. Hey, Lone Star Queen, I miss you. I miss everybody so much. That's why I was like, I've got to get on here today and just force myself to stop isolating and just tell everybody, hey, and I love them. And I hadn't forgotten about y'all. And I still pray for all the things, you know, that the Lord reminds me of that I've said that I pray for. And I hope that y'all can feel my love and my prayers. It's 53 and a little bit rainy where you are, Zigzag. What is up with all this rain? I guess we're all, you know, that old saying, what is it? But usually it's April. April showers bring May flowers. That's what we used to say when I was little. But usually the rain waits until like April to start. I'm telling you, see, me and Sherry, we keep talking about this pole shift. And it's true. I mean, I really believe that. There's something that's really off on our weather, just a little bit. So I really do believe that we have had that pole shift. A little bit of one. Yep, it's been raining where you are too, and a cold front. And you're in the old Lone Star State there, so usually, I mean, I don't know how cold it gets usually there, but I mean, it's in the South, so I mean, I know y'all have gotten snow and stuff before, just like we have, but um, it's an unusual thing for us to get snow. Let's put it that way. I mean, we did get snow. I don't know if it was last year, or the year before that. I've got it on my Facebook, and I'll put it on my community page. I made like a little story thing out of it, and I put that song with it. Baby, it's cold outside. You know, I like the old music. It's been 80 today. Wow. I wish it was 80 here so my pool could start warming up so I could get out there. I don't care if it's cold outside as long as the water's warm. But it's 48. It's crazy going from hot to that. I know. That's why we don't feel good. Especially with the lupus and the flare-ups and, anybody that's got any kind of autoimmune problems. That is just, it makes you hurt. Y'all didn't get a lot of snow up there this year? Lady 7 Up? Well, that's unusual for New York. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how many people know. I didn't mean to say that. Up north in Canada, up that way. Up by way of Canada. It's cold. In fact, I have seen pictures that I mean, it's, how you see pictures on the news or pictures like on YouTube or on the internet, and like up north in like Maine or in like the upper parts of New York or like Connecticut or places like that. I mean, I have seen it where it looks like a doggone, like a ice. It looks like Antarctic or something. And especially in Canada, oh my gosh. Like I used to say all the time, I love Nova Scotia and I'd love to go to Nova Scotia. But I don't know if I'd want to live there. I used to say I'd want to live there, but now that I'm getting cold every now and again, I don't think I would want to live there. Yeah, it is a big state. You're right. I so did not mean to let that slip out, though, because I know some people don't like people to know. Sherry was on here just a minute ago. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she's still on here or not. Sherry, you still up here? She was in here in the beginning. I don't know if she's still in here. I hadn't heard her talking. She was talking for a while. Yeah, I called her. I don't know how long because, like I said, I can't keep up with time. I called her one day to check up on her to see how she was because I hadn't been keeping up with anybody, and since she lost her sister, she was on my mind one day, and I called and I left her a message. I don't know if she gets her messages. I can't check my messages. I don't even know how to get in there. But I think I did text her too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of much of anything, am I? Except for this weather has been very, very weird. So what's been up on these YouTube streets since I hadn't been on them? What's been chack-a-lacking over here on this, or crack-a-lacking? Anybody know? They can hit the panel and come up if you want a minute. Because I have been out of the loop. Oh, except for, excuse me. I did watch White Boy the other night. Well, I only caught the end of it, and then I had to go back. I think it was last night to watch. Well, when I woke up in the middle of the night, I was gonna watch it and see, because of that crazy woman talking about Summer and that she knew where Summer was. Have y'all seen that? That is crazy. That woman is crazy. Because I'm like, well, lady, you are inserting yourself into a federal case, an FBI case, and you're saying all this kind of stuff, weird stuff. I don't have Matt or White Boy's permission to play it, or I would play that if y'all hadn't seen it. I might could text Noelle and ask her if they mind if I play that one piece. But y'all, if y'all hadn't seen it, go over there and watch that. because it is, I mean, I couldn't believe what I was hearing from that woman. Has anybody else heard it? Oh, yeah, Zigzag, you heard it. It was crazy, wasn't it? And then, oh my God, I mean, it's so bizarre that I can't even like wrap my head around it almost. Who would say that they have a child in their possession? And then she was saying she was in the backyard. And I'm glad Candace got up there because honestly, that is insane. Yeah, she implicated herself in a dadgum kidnapping. You didn't hear it, Lady 7 Up? Oh, you got to go back and watch that. It was on, y'all, was it night before last? I think it was. I can't keep up with my days. But I remember because I think it was like in the middle of the night last night whenever, because I didn't know it was on until the sort of toward the end, and I didn't get to see when she was up there. In fact, when I came into the stream, it was toward the end, and White Boy was talking to Matt. I mean, oh gosh, he was talking to himself. White Boy was talking to Dawn. Candace had already been up there because I went back in the middle of the night last night and watched it, or this morning, and got to see that woman. And oh my gosh, and no wonder Damaged Goods was upset. She was mad, and I don't blame her because I was mad too. And I told her, I mean, I do plan on going to Summer Day this year because it is June 15th, and that is my son's birthday. And I think it would really be helpful for me to meet everybody. Hey, Debbie, how are you doing? I miss you. That's why I got on here today, because I miss everybody so much, and I love y'all. And like I said, y'all have been like family to me, a lot more than my own family. You know, a lot. Well, I don't have really a lot of extended family, but y'all have been my family really on here. And I know your prayers have carried me through this last year. And I know y'all say that I've been a light for y'all and, you know, been there and prayed for y'all. And I do pray for y'all. But y'all have been so much more of a blessing to me than I could have ever been to y'all. I feel very much that way. And I'm going to come back. I paid my StreamYard today. I'm telling you, I can't remember my bills. I can't remember to pay nothing. I can't remember. My brain is like in quicksand mode, you know. But I do think maybe once this year mark is up, maybe I can start. I've been thinking about going to like a private grief counselor for right now. We do have grief counseling, not grief counseling, but like a grief class at our church. And I've gone to it before, and it helped me so much with my mom. But it was 8 years after the fact, and I was really ready. And I told my husband, and I've told other people, I'm like, I'm just not ready to go to the grief share. That's what it's called. Because I don't want to be rude to anybody, because I don't want to tell anybody, like, you know, that's in there. I mean, and this sounds so mean, and I don't mean it to sound this way because I'm not a mean person. But there are people my age, you know, like in their 50s, and they're like crying because their grandma passed away, who is like 99 years old. And I'm like, and that's like the only person they've lost, you know. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have grief from that. I know you do, you know, but I don't know. And I have sympathy for everybody's pain and grief they're going through, but you know what I mean? I think I just need that one-on-one right now while I'm in the anger part of it. While I'm in the anger stage of grief. I think it's a good idea. I know y'all have been praying for me, Debbie. I know it, and I thank you so much. I mean, I know, because listen, I'm not going to lie. I mean, look, there have been days that I have been like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it through today. I'm not. And I know that the prayers of the people that have been out here praying for me have kept me together. No doubt about it. I mean, prayers matter and they work. I put a post on my Facebook. One of them was, that Jesus actually healed a man because his friends prayed for him. So who your friends are count. It matters. And if you got praying friends, it matters because it makes a difference. Prayers do make a difference. And I think without them, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be here right now. I don't. It's a miracle. I feel like I've made it this long. But if I've made it a year, I can make it another year. Hopefully. And then another until the Lord comes back or he calls me home one. But is anybody interested in covering that or looking in more to that Soto case? Because like I said, that's the one thing I have been, and I will sleuth. So I've pulled up the affidavit and I've read it, and that's how I got the address. And I pulled up the address on Zillow and looked at the house and everything and I wanted to see the layout, So their master bedroom is downstairs, and the other bedroom, there's 4 bedrooms total, and they're up, I believe, except for the master. And it's like a little condominium type townhouse thing in Kissimmee. You're lost on that case? I know. It is a mess. It is. There is something, I don't know, I have a feeling there's just something. The reason I believe they have not brought charges against that Stefan guy, more than just what's on his phone that they found, that he SA'd that little girl, and he had pictures and proof of it on there, and I read it in the affidavit. It was horrible. She looked like she could have been, to me, like a little bit. I pray to God she's not with child, if you know what I mean. And that's why what happened. I think it's weird, though, that the mother wasn't at the daughter's 13th birthday. That's kind of a big deal to me. The 13th birthday is kind of a big deal. What, honey? I did order the cat food and all that stuff.
Ready?
Not yet. But her boob, her bust area really got, kind of started growing faster. And look, I know she's hitting puberty and all that from 12 to 13, but her looks changed a whole lot. And it really worries me. You still have work to do, Selah. It's not your time yet. You're a watcher. God needs you to get to work advising his people. Yes, Debbie, I agree 100%. And I do know that, that I have a calling and I have to do it. And he's been working on me. I think when I come out of this, on the other side of this, I'm going to hopefully even be more empathetic to other people's traumas and, problems and other people's stuff they're going through, which, I was already empathetic before, but, I do believe that whenever people go through extreme adversity and God takes them through the other side of it, it makes us stronger. That old saying, it says, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. I believe that's true. I do. I believe it's really true. I agree, Lady 7-Up. That made me sick too. It was disgusting to read that. Hey, Matthew, what are you doing? My little girls are starting to have figures, and it scares the heck out of me. I'm eyeballing everyone in the store. I don't blame you. You keep them little girls under lockdown. I'm telling you, this world out here. Because my youngest is 18, and oh my gosh. Whew, I stay worried, sick. Because, I can't tell her what to do because she's 18. But I will suggest strongly suggest Yeah, you're right, Debbie. He is with me. And he is holding me. 7, 14, and 12. Wow. You tell that 17-year-old to tell everything she knows on the 14 and the 12-year-old. Matthew, this is scary. I was 17 when I got pregnant with my oldest child, and I got married at 17. My poor parents. I look back now and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Mom and Daddy. And I'm glad that, you're their dad and they're with you, because I think a lot of times when women have custody of their children and they're separated or they're divorced, they're more interested in chasing after, well, D, if you know what I'm talking about. We'll call them Richards. They're more interested in chasing after Richards than they are worried about their children. And that's the one thing I will say about this mother of this little girl. I feel like she was more interested in that man than she was watching after her daughter, if you know what I mean. You don't leave your children with just any old random man, and even if they've been friends for a while, you just never know. You never know. The 14-year-old is the one you're worried about. Well, you just keep praying over her. When she's not at home, you go in her room and you pray over her clothes and her bed and everything else, and ask the Lord to watch her. And don't let nobody, because when they're that age, they think they know everything. They think they're grown, but they're not. But they start to look like they're grown, and men start to notice them, and it is scary as heck. It is. But yeah, I'm glad that they're with you, because I think a lot of girls that have daddy problems or daddy issues and they don't got their daddies, what happens? It opens the door for some schmuck to come in and do the nasty, filthy things that SOB did to that little girl. Makes me want to cut his willy off. I don't trust people either, Lady 7-Up. Oh, your 14-year-old looks older than your 17-year-old, Matthew? That happens sometimes. It does. Look, y'all seen my pictures. I've shown them what I look like whenever I'll tell you. I'll show you a picture right now. I was 15 in this picture right here. And this is scary. Looking back, I can't believe my mom even let me have this picture made. But a photographer from Playboy took this picture, and that's weird, I know. But I was 15 years old in that picture right there. Yep, I was. I believe I was 15. I'm pretty sure. I might have been 16, but I was right between 15 and 16. But, yeah, that is probably not a good idea to put, when you look like that at 15, and your body's kind of, it's developed, I would say, because I had a tiny, tiny waist. I've always kind of had that, whenever I got, middle school, really, that's whenever I started kind of getting my curves. And I've always had like a tiny waist. Like my waist was like 20 inches, 21 inches, and I still have a small waist. Even though I'm curvy, my waist is pretty small. My husband, he says he can like wrap his hands around my waist, like with his fingers or whatever. So, and I'm certainly not skinny. So, yeah. Hold on, I can't see y'all's comments. There I go. I can see them now. I knocked them off for a minute. It's always that middle child. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes, Debbie. What is it about the middle child? Well, I have two middle children now, but for the longest time, because my youngest one was 14 before my last one was born. But he was the middle child, and he was really kind of good in a way, but um I don't know, he just seemed to have more trouble. Like, he was more introverted. He didn't, like, I don't know, he didn't talk a lot, but um Matthew said, "What?" Yeah, I was young in those pictures. Yep. Well, that's how I could go into the clubs when I was young like that. They they let me in when I was younger because I looked so much older. Are you the middle child, Matthew? And I don't know. How many middle children do you have? You got. I can't remember. Is Marley your oldest, or no? Your daughter that's 17 would be the oldest. Probably. Probably. Lady Seven Up, you're the middle one in the family and the oldest in the second family. Your middle child is the smartest. Well, actually, let's see. My middle child is the smartest as far as IQ, and my youngest. Like I said, she graduated a year early. She's in nursing school. She works at a doctor's office. She's a medical technician already. Like, they fired I think several people in the office because she worked so hard, and now she's having to take on all these different duties, and she's been so stressed out. She's also like a leader at church for the youth fine arts, and she teaches and helps with that. So she's been having to do that. Like, so she'll go to work full time, and then she goes to her classes. Some of them are online, and then she has to go to campus for a couple of them after work, 2 days a week, I think it is. And then she has been going to church. This week it's been every single night because actually today they're doing the competition at church. And then and she has a couple groups that she's led in dance, and forgot the other thing. And human video, yeah, that's it. So hopefully they'll do good and make it to nationals this year. Marley is the oldest. Okay, Marley's the one that punches you, isn't it? What car is it? I was trying to remember what car, because I know he likes Chargers, right? But there's another kind of car that he flips out when he sees it. He does not like. And I was talking to my husband about that the other night, and I was laughing so hard whenever I was talking about that. Because, I mean, you know, I've got a couple of kids that, are on the spectrum. Well, one child and a couple grandchildren that are on the spectrum. And it's just, sometimes you never know what'll go on. A Charger. That's it. The Charger. Okay. Challenger. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And you're always trying to redirect them from seeing them. Oh my gosh. You have two middle children? Yeah, see, me too, kind of. I raised two different families, sort of. Because we had the first three kids, and they were all like, okay, I had my first one when I was 18 by a month when I had my first one, basically. When I had my second one, I was 19. Yep. And then my third one, I was 20. Yeah. So I had three children by the time I was 20. And then I got a divorce, like when I was 21. And let's see. So I was single until I was 24 because I got remarried to my husband now. When I was 24, we got married. And you were 25, not me. You're older than me, you oldie. He's 6 months older than me. He's a cradle robber. You're still listening, Lone Star says. You doing sand art with your youngest? Oh, fun. I don't have anything like that here. I got paints and stuff like that. I need to get something to do like that with the kids when they come over. Because my grandson, he just turned 11 this month. So he's getting a little bit older. So it's hard for me to adjust because I'm so used to him being little. And I mean, I love, of course, they grow up and watch them grow up. But, you miss those little ages too. But I got to come up with some other stuff. And he is a little bit on the spectrum. But he is so smart. Oh my gosh, he's so smart. But he gets to where he's like, he likes to watch like certain things on TV, and he will get really, not TV, but like, he likes to watch the Pokemon Go thing, which I'm not really fired up about that. But he's not allowed to do it alone. His mom or his dad, they'll go with him. But he likes to watch it on YouTube. People do it, and that's not so bad, I guess. His dad's pretty strict, which I'm glad. Debbie says, I have an autistic grandson. He has to have an electronic device at all times. You take it away, meltdown. Yep. They love those electronics. They like to play games, they like their phone, and they like to watch stuff. They get, very into stuff on TV, like certain things. And a lot of times, like, when they do play with toys, it's a little bit different. Like, they like to line things up. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I took a test. Y'all know those tests you can take online, those psychological tests. Well, I took one just to see, because, I've got several people in my family that are on the spectrum, children and grandchildren. So I was like, well, a child and grandchildren. So I was like, there are some weird things that I've got, quirky things, I wonder, because back then they didn't know anything about that when we were young. So I took the test. Okay. And it said that I needed to be evaluated. So I might have it. I might have a little bit of it, a touch of it. You had to take her tablet away for the Pokemon. She was watching Trailer Park Boys. Oh no. Yeah, I've gone in there and caught Ray watching what is that thing? Five Nights at Freddy's. I think what it's called. And I'm like, oh no. The good thing is I've got it set up where whatever he watches on the TV in the room he stays in when he stays here, I can watch it I can pull it up on YouTube and it'll show me the search history of what he's been watching, so I can catch him. But sometimes, like, he doesn't like to sleep, and he'll stay up late, and then the next day I'll look, and that's when he'll try to catch and sneak and watch those couple of shows that he knows that I don't like him to watch. So last time he was here, I cut the aquarium on. You know how you can cut the aquarium on the YouTube channel and it looks like an aquarium? And I just took the remote and I said, a good night. You're going to be watching this aquarium all night. Huh?
Where is it?
Well, it better be in there. Oh my gosh, how are we going to turn the TV around? Oh, you didn't find it in there at all? Well, we're going to have to go look for it. It was in there. No, I mean, I took it from him so he couldn't have it last time he was here. I didn't take it and hide it. No, I did not take it away like I hide it. I just put it where he couldn't get it. But he had it the next day. Well, who was the last person to stay in there? I don't remember. Was it him or was it his mom? It should have been around that bed somewhere. I'm sorry. We're having a little bit of an issue here. If we don't have the Roku remote from there, we're in trouble tonight. I mean, he's got his iPhone, and his dad put a lock on it. But still, I don't know if they can get around that or not. He's pretty smart. Debbie says, I gave him an old broken clock radio. Lots of knobs and buttons. Oh, yeah. Oh, they like that. All kids love stuff like that. Do y'all remember the things that you could put in the crib and it had the dials on it and it has the things that go like, it makes noises. And then you can take them when they get older. They have like the play mats and stuff that has the different knobs and dial. And I remember I had a doll when I was a little girl, and it had these button things. It had a vest on with zippers and like buttons and tie things, and I can vaguely remember what it looks like. Oh, and I had one of those Miss Beasley dolls, which I loved. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember those, but my daughter found one actually at, I think, Goodwill or somewhere or something, and she got it for me. But I hadn't gotten it yet. She left it at a friend's house, so I've got to get it from her. But I'm excited about that because Miss Beasley, it's been a long time since I've seen Miss Beasley. She looked like my Aunt Marie, the one that passed away. Yes, I have it on my phone. I try to shut it off, but I go to sleep early. She got busted by her history. Yep, that's how we get them. That watch history will get you every time. If you can't find the remote, then a free app you can put on your phone that will work on your TV. Oh, okay. Thanks. I didn't know that. And I've got 2 Rokus. I don't know if they work on each other's channel. I don't know if they'll work on. I don't know if one Roku remote will work on the other Roku. I can try and see. But we have a Fire Stick in the den. So that's 2 different things. What are you doing? I don't have it. You had it. Remember? Here it is under my leg, though. I can't even feel it. That lets you know I'm numb. I couldn't even feel the remote up under my leg. That's sad. That is very sad. Kids, there's something these days, though. Boy, they're smart. I remember back when we were young, we had to go outside and play, and we had to come up with things to do. Like, we had to rake leaves up in a pile, and, like, I remember I was one of the only girls in my neighborhood. Me and the girl across the street, she was like 2 or 3 years older than me. Every single other person was a boy. And so we always had to play stuff like Star Trek or Star Wars or stuff like that. So we'd get to rake out and rake a pile of leaves up and kind of make a starship out of it. Like, what is that thing called? I don't even remember. I never watched that stuff. We made like the Starship Enterprise, and I was always Princess Leia. That was on Star Wars, wasn't it? Yeah. I was Princess Leia, and my neighbor, Greg, was always, what was his name that Princess Leia always had going on? Was it Luke Skywalker? Was his name? Debbie, that's what I use the Roku on my phone. It's the best thing. The kids always lose the remotes. I'm surprised we've held on to these remotes this long, really. It's a miracle. Because with the kids and the grandkids, I mean, dang. Did it work? Well, they said that I could download the app on my phone and it will work.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try to do. Huh? What?
The cats.
Yeah, is it? I don't think it's ready. Let me look and see. Okay, hold on a second, y'all. I'm looking at my Target order to see if it's ready. It said, we'll send you a confirmation when it's ready. Well, oh, I did find, by the way, I was looking for that strawberry acai, saw whatever it is at Target. They had blueberry. I didn't see strawberry. I saw where you could kind of maybe make the strawberry, but it was $50-something. Just but still, that'd be cheaper than getting them every day. I'm almost out of that. I got to get some too. But I did get a couple of drinks. I got the strawberry lemonade simply. What's it called? I'm sitting here looking at it, but I can't see it. It's too small. I got the a couple because I quit drinking sodas altogether, y'all. So I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. I've not been drinking no sodas at all, none. That probably helped. And I quit drinking my what are they called? So I used to drink every day.
Oh.
The mocha frappes. I quit drinking those. I think I have a milk allergy. And I think that's why the pink drinks are good because they put almond milk in it or coconut milk. And that works better for me. And it doesn't make me have the tummy ache that the mochas were. They were making me have horrible stomach pains. Okay, so I got the Simply Lemonade and strawberry juice. And I got the Simply Peach juice. And I got the Ocean Spray Pink Cranberry juice. Yeah. So I'm going to try those. And I meant to order some of the frozen strawberries to throw them in there to kind of like do it kind of like the pink drink to see if it would work. And oh, guess what? I got 35 pounds of cat litter for $12. That was a good deal, wasn't it? I'm proud of myself. I'm a good shopper. You're the one that loses the remote, Debbie. That's funny. I will too, though. And guess where it usually is? If I go in the den,
Under your leg.
it's usually under my leg or slid down in the side of the recliner where I'll hold it in the recliner with me. Because my husband, he always tries to steal it. What is it about men? They feel they have to be the keeper of the remote. Matthew, are you still in here? Are you like that? Men always feel like they have got to be the keeper of the remote. I mean, I will turn my head for 2 seconds to do something, and I'll be watching something in the middle of watching something, and I'll be listening, and I'll just turn my head to do something. He'll come grab that remote right out of my hand almost. That's why I put it under my leg. That's my true secret. Oh my gosh. It is hard to quit. Especially y'all, I was addicted. Let me tell you what drink, the soft drink that my favorite soft drink is vanilla Coke. Oh my gosh, I used to be so addicted to vanilla Cokes. I would probably drink 4 vanilla Cokes a day at least. Yep, it is not good for you, especially if you got lupus. It's just not. It's not good for anybody really, but. I know litter is through the roof, and Target has a sale on them, and I was kind of, what do you call it, boycotting Target for a little while, but I'm not going to lie. Since I got that Target credit card, I'm going to use it. And I mean, you can't fight everything. So it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. If they got 35 pounds of litter for 12 or that cheap, I'm going to get it. And it's a good kind. I mean, it's the Target brand, but it's in like the pail, so it's like not in a bag and it doesn't like buckle up, and it smells good. It's kind of got the Febreze kind of smell in it. It's not the kind that has the actual Febreze, but it's got like an odor eliminator for multiple cats. Oh my gosh, Lady 7-Up, your puppy takes your remote. Oh my gosh. I guess that's one good thing about cats. Their mouths aren't big enough to grab the remote. That's funny. Well, I know it's not funny for you when you're looking for the remote, but it's kind of funny with the dogs. They're like, especially when they're puppies, they want to chew on everything. And I told my husband, when we get our fence up this summer, I'm getting my St. Bernard. I'm going to get a St. Bernard. But I've got to save up for that, baby, because where I'm getting him from, it's like, well, I want a girl, because I would like to breed her one time. But the ones I'm looking at, they're champion, like their bloodline. One of them actually one of their dogs actually was in the movie Beethoven. Like one of their dogs, and that wasn't just one dog. There was like a lot of dogs that played, different parts. But one of her dogs was in the movie Beethoven. You don't drink sodas, Lady 7 Up? Well, that's good. I'm glad because it's bad for you. You have a rubber case on it, and she takes it and tries to get it off the remote. Oh, well, that's good. At least you don't chew it up. Like, chew it. Like, you know, like where it's, you can't use it anymore. We've had that happen before. We used to have, back in the olden days, where you had cable TV. Like, y'all remember the when cable first came out and it had the cord attached to it, like a well, I remember the first boxes were huge, and you had to push a button, and then you had to turn this little dial on the side. I remember those, and they had like a wood grain look to them, and they were pretty good size. And then they went to something that looked like a key fob or whatever, or like a phone sort of, and it had like a phone cord attached to it. The good thing about that was you never lost the remote because it had that cord. Yeah, sodas, they will get you. You've seen those things that they show about the sodas, you drop a penny in it or something like that, and what it looks like the next day. What is it? Imagine what it does to our insides. Yeah, and it is hard to quit. That's why it's better just to never even start it. If I could go back now, I would never let my kids drink sodas from the beginning. Aw, she's 3 months old now. Aw. Well, that's a fun age, and also but they're mischievous at that age because they like to chew on everything because they're teething, and they want to bite your hands. Yeah, I love St. Bernards too. I've had a fair good amount of them. I had two at one time. Two girls. One was Simone, and she was a long-haired. She looked like the Beethoven dog. Pretty good. And I used to love when I'd get her done and she'd have her little scarf on her. She's so cute. And then Mitzi, I didn't have to really have her groom much because she was a short-haired, dry mouth Saint Bernard. And I did like the dry mouth because she didn't drool everywhere. But and she was a really, really good quality. I got her from a lady in Mississippi. And then Simone, I got her from a lady. No, excuse me, a couple. We were actually met the man across town, but they were moving, and I don't know how to get in touch with them anymore. And that was so long ago. And then we made the stupid mistake of finding this one breeder out, like in the country, and we got one Saint Bernard from them, and that dog, I believe, was inbred because it did not act like my other ones. Because Saint Bernards are very smart, very good, very protective dogs, and they usually are very, in fact, if you don't have the energy for a very active dog, St. Bernards are a very good dog to have. They're good for apartments because they don't require a lot of exercise. They're so big, they, a little bit of exercise is fine for St. Bernard, especially as they get older and bigger. So that's one reason. And also, I think somebody will think twice whenever they look over my fence and try to come in my yard with a daggum 200-pound St. Bernard back there. That one St. Bernard saved my life. I've told that story before. Whenever I owned that suntan bed, and this man came in, and he was up to no good. My dog was under my desk by my feet, laying there, and he didn't know that I had her in there, and he came in the door. And he was not about to take no tanning. He wasn't about to go tanning, let's put it that way. And he was acting real nervous, and she never came after anybody or anything like that. But she came out from under that desk, and I kind of stood up, because I could tell, something was about to go down. And that and my dog came and stood sideways in between me and that man, and he was at the door, and he saw that dog, and his eyes got as big as saucers, and he um my dog, the hair on my dog's spine was standing up, and it was the short haired, and it was like standing all the way up, and that dog never growled at anybody or anything like that, and she was just sitting there showing her fangs like just, and keeping her face straight forward and just giving him the side eye, and he turned pale as a ghost, and he backed right out that door. So that dog saved my life. And I took 2 St. Bernards to work with me every day, just about. And those dogs are so good, they never gave me a bit of trouble ever. Except for those inbred ones. I'll never go back there and get another one, because I went a couple times. I said, well, that one might have been just an accident, And we rehomed him. It was a boy. And I said, maybe it was just because it was a boy, because my other 2 were girls. Nope, because I got a girl the next time from the same lady, and I think they were just inbred, honestly, because they were crazy. Like they chewed through the house outside, like the what do you call it, storage house, and stuck their head through it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not like Beethoven. This is like Cujo. I mean, they weren't dangerous or anything, but they were just like. Not quite right. I used to, until I found out I had Crohn's and pancreatic. Yeah, I've got Crohn's. You and I've talked about that, I think. It's not fun. I've got Crohn's and colitis. Fun. You can't handle the drooling. Yeah, you get used to it. It's just when they, shake their head, and it flies everywhere. But they love the water. St. Bernards love the water, because we had a creek in our backyard at one time, and they would go and sit in that creek, lay in it. They would lay in the creek in the summertime. They loved it. She's half Australian Shepherd and Pit Bull. The last dog I had was Pit Bull and Boxer mix, and that was the sweetest dog and so beautiful. And somebody ran over him right at Christmas. My dad passed away, and literally it was like the next week. My dog got out of the fence somehow, and I was on the phone, and I heard a car go, and I heard my dog go, and I went out there, and they kept going. They didn't even stop. So I had to take him to the emergency doctor, to an emergency visit, and that was not cheap. He thank goodness he made payment plans with me, because it was right there at Christmas time. What? They have dry mouth ones? Yeah, they do. They have short hair and the rough coat, which is the like the longer hair, and then they have the smooth coat, which is the shorter hair, and then they got the dry mouth St. Bernards. They're bred. Excuse me. They're bred to have dry mouth. Some of them are, not all of them. You have to ask for that, or you have to ask that. You have to make sure that's what it is when you're buying one. Oh, you sent me a picture of her? Where did you send it? Did you text it to me, or did you send it to Facebook? Oh yeah, I had a Chihuahua too at the same time I had them St. Bernards. Jose was his name. He was a little white Chihuahua, looked like the Taco Bell dog. Dog, not doll. The Taco Bell dog. And he used to boss them St. Bernards around, especially Mitzi. Mitzi would listen to the Chihuahua would boss the St. Bernard around. It was hilarious. Everyone made fun of her, but when an idiot broke in, she bit him on the Achilles tendon, messed him up. My pit bull ran and hid while the Chihuahua fought him. She was the best. I know the more Chihuahuas, they feisty, aren't they? My my Chihuahua Jose would at night, okay, whenever like me and my husband would watch TV, and I'd be laying on my stomach on the couch watching TV, and Jose would curl up on the small of my back and like, curl up and get all comfy. And my husband would come over there and wake me up when it was time to go to bed. And he would go over there to get Jose off my back. Honey, come here. What would happen whenever you used to go reach to try to wake me up to go to bed and Jose was asleep on my back?
He would attack.
What would he do?
He attack.
Like how?
He would growl at me and snap at me. Huh?
Oh gosh. It's kind of funny. I know he didn't think it was funny, but I'd hear him sometimes go, "You SOB, you bite me." He never did anything to him, but he'd cuss at him. I said, no wonder he'll do that. No wonder he bites you. But y'all know how Chihuahuas get. They get very attached to one person. Oh, Messenger. Okay, let me look. They get attached to one person, and then, they're very close to that one person. I loved Jose. He was the best Chihuahua ever. He was a white Chihuahua, and he was an applehead Chihuahua. He probably weighed about 4 pounds maybe. I don't know. It's hard to remember. I can't remember what I ate for lunch, much less how much that dog weighed. Let me see the picture. Oh wait, did you send it? I'm looking at my phone. You meant Messenger on Facebook? Oh, okay. Duh. Let me see. I might be on the wrong one. Oh, there it is. Okay. You mean to show it? You mean to show them? Oh, he's so cute. Who wants to see him? Who wants to see the puppy? Yours was a deer head. Aw. You don't mind? Okay, I'll show it then. I'm going to show Lady 7-Up's little puppy. The remote thief. Oh, so cute. You named her what? Oh, I changed it too fast. Can y'all see? Yeah, you named her Chewy. You named her Miss Chewy. Oh, that's perfect, especially since she chews the remote. Is Jaden on already?
Yes. No.
They're having a party?
Yep.
I was going to say, she didn't even hug me or nothing. Let's get to the next picture. Let's see. Look how cute everybody. Oh, look at that. So sweet. Oh my goodness. I love the mask, the markings right there. Oh, how sweet. You know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't trust anybody that can hurt animals. I don't trust them with children. If they would hurt an animal, I don't trust them with children. Look how precious that is. And her name is Miss Chewy. That is just precious and perfect. Oh, so cute. We've got to see all kind of cute we got to see babies and puppies. Oh no, I almost left the studio on accident. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, now I got to figure out. Okay, there I go. I love Miss Chewy. It's so sweet. I love both Miss Chewies. You gonna hug me before you leave? Oh, okay. How did your group do? Like I said, when they get 18, it's like you can't pin them down. It's like that song. A little ponytail girl grew up to be a woman and she's gone in the blink of an eye. You know that song? How could 18 years stop and walk away? Sorry, I sing bad right now. My singing is not on point anymore, but it is what it is. Yes, she is definitely precious. I know it. And then when they lay on you like that, it makes you feel so good. It does calm you down. I think pets are definitely therapy. It is a beautiful dog. Oh, your Achilles heel biter is a good dog. That is a good dog. She saved your life. Did she take to Grace good? I said I was wondering. Well, how did Grace take to her with her being a puppy like that? Did she think it's her dog, like her puppy? Is she like mothering over her? I might have to get me a pink drink, honey.
Yes.
Huh? I know you do, but you can't go till it's ready.
I know we don't have to buy some.
No, you can go get it in a minute. It'll be ready in a minute. What time is she going? What time is she going? Did she tell you?
Yes.
No.
She's staying with Bella.
She's staying with Bella? Makes me nervous when they get older like that and you can't. Why do kids have to grow up so fast? Kids don't stay kids long enough. Puppies don't stay puppies long enough. Kittens don't stay kittens long enough. It's not fair. It goes by way too fast. At first, not good. She started drooling real bad for 2 days now. You can't separate them all. That's sweet. Well, it's always going to be a little rough. It's kind of like bringing a new baby home, when you got kids and, you think, this is going to be so sweet. The kids are just going to love each other. They're going to be best friends. And then, the oldest one looks at that one when it comes home and they're like, they love them at first. And then they're like, okay, you can take it back now to the hospital. No, it doesn't work that way. But then, they end up being inseparable usually until they get grown and then they fight. Or not grown, but teenagers. But then when they get grown, they're friends again, usually. You snap your finger, then they are grown. Yep. I cried because my baby is about to be 11. Seems like yesterday she was so tiny. I know. My baby just turned 18 in January. Now, I'm telling you, this is a problem, okay? This just was too much at once. My son passed away, and he was my baby for 14 years. He was the baby for 14 years. I literally carried that kid on my hip until his legs dragged the ground. I'm not kidding you. Because I had my tubes tied after him, and I had to have them untied to have the last one. So, I was just so, I mothered him, because I was holding on to him so, you know what I'm saying? Because he was my baby. And he literally, would want me to hold him, and he'd be 5, and his feet were down past my knees, I'll tell you. And I would just cock my hip over to the side and carry him around. It was easier since I had 3 close together. But it was funny. But now, it's just like that. I have been a mother, like I said, since I was 17. I was pregnant right after I turned 17. I got pregnant, turned 17 in September, and I got pregnant in February. So it wasn't too long after that. And then I delivered her whenever, a month after my birthday. Almost exactly. Because I went into labor on Halloween. And my birthday is September the 30th. And so it was almost a month it was a month and a day that I went in labor with her. Right. And that's how it is with kids. It's there are fur babies when our kids are grown or we don't have kids, because it's like having kids whenever, you bring a child home and then you have, another child that's already there. They have to get used to each other. They have to get acclimated. But then once that happens, they're very close usually after that. Well, I'm glad that you got your sweet little Miss Chewy. Precious dog. Precious little puppy. And I'm going to have to make me an envelope fund and just start putting my money in there, or just take one of my credit cards, or two of them probably, and try to pay down on them too and not touch them. And that probably would at least put the deposit down on one. I'm not going to say how much they are because it's going to take me a minute to get it. But, if I go ahead and get started, then I'll have something to look forward to. And they only have a couple. Well, I think they have like one. They only have one litter a year, I think. This particular breeder, because it's not like a puppy mill type situation. Thank goodness. Because I made that mistake before. Yeah, I won't be doing that anymore. Don't skip. If you're getting a Saint Bernard or any kind of dog like that, a Mastiff or anything like that, I know that they're a little bit pricey, but do not skimp on the price, because you do get what you pay for in that manner. Your parents waited between kids. My oldest brother is 5 years older than me, and my youngest is 9 years younger. We all kind of did our own thing. We had nothing in common. Yeah, me and my brother are like that. I only have one brother, but I'm almost 9 years older than him. I was 8 when he was born, but a couple months later after that, I turned 9. So we really had nothing in common either. I was more like a mother type figure to him than anything else, probably. And sadly, we're not close even now to this day, but not by my choice. He just doesn't want to do the things that are right, and I can't have that in my life. But what I was saying is, I think, okay, when you lose a child, and then my daughter graduated right after, not long after that, a couple months after that. And then she turned 18 in January. And then now in March, we're coming up on a year with, losing Zach. And they were my two babies, like I said. So it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just too much. It's overwhelming. It is really overwhelming. And she's 18. I can't not tell her what she can and can't do, to a point, you know what I'm saying? And you just have to pray for them and say, Lord, please watch over them. Please, please, please. I needed a sister too. I always wanted a sister so bad. The whole time my mom was pregnant, I was like, oh, I'm going to have a little sister. And I was just in my head, thinking, oh, I'm going to have a sister. But no, it did not happen that way. It was a boy. And we had a Chihuahua. And I tell the story, and it is hilarious. And whenever I tell the story, everybody laughs. But my mom would have me watch my brother, and he'd be he'd be on the floor on a blanket. You know how you do the tummy time, or you lay them on their back when they're really little, a couple months old. And this was in the 80s. No, excuse me, 70s. And he was on like this blanket that our maid or our housekeeper or whatever had knitted. And it was like it was beautiful, like a knitted blanket. And it was like he was laying on the floor. And my mom was like, watch your brother for a minute while I go in here and do whatever she was doing in the kitchen. And so I was in there watching TV, and my dog Boo Boo, that was his name. I had asthma, and my grandfather bought me that dog whenever I was just a baby, because they say that, if you have asthma, that Chihuahuas actually help with asthma. So I had that dog since I was a baby, and it was like, because I didn't have any siblings, I would dress that dog up, push it around in one of those buggies, like the Prims or whatever that people use. They look like a bassinet, but they're like a buggy. And I had one for the baby dolls. And I dressed my chihuahua up with the little headpieces and everything and lay him back in the thing, and he would just ride around in that thing. It was hilarious. But anyway, he went over there and he was like nibbling at my brother's hair, and he was like licking it and like nipping at his hair, not biting my brother. No, I wouldn't let him bite my brother, but he was just like nibbling at his hair, and he would like, how dogs like they'll like go in and then like he was just like nipping at it because my mom would do this wave thing on the top, where you wet the baby's hair and you make like it looks like a tidal wave or something in the middle of their hair, and and Boo Boo kept nipping at his hair. And when my mama came back in there, she went to go pick my brother up, and she was like, "What?" She was like, "Why is his hair so wet? What happened? Why is his hair soaking wet?" And I was like, "Oh, well, Boo Boo was just licking him. Boo Boo was licking his hair, but I think he might have cut it a little bit, like gnawed it a little bit, cut some little pieces of it." And my mom was like, "That is not okay." Oh my gosh, that was so funny. It was funny until they got rid of Boo Boo because Boo Boo was a little jealous, we found out, of my brother. Oh my goodness. Oh, the stories. But it's good to think about stuff like that and have a good laugh. Sometimes you need those days where you can just laugh at something like that. Especially the stinker my brother is now. It's really funny now to think about it. And my brother's got like really red hair. I mean, like really red hair. So, when the dog, how when red hair gets wet, it gets like darker, like a really darker color. And so it was very obvious. And also, like, where it was like shorter, where where Boo Boo chewed at it. He gave a little haircut. He had a little faux hawk going on. It was just a little shorter then. Oh my gosh. Lady 7 Up said, the puppy would be laying behind me, pulling my hair. Yeah, they love to mess with the hair. What's up with that? Well, Boo Boo was jealous of my brother, but they do like to mess with your hair, though, and they like to get up in it. Like, maybe it's because they get warm or something. No, Boo Boo wasn't doing that because he was getting warm, because he was, how you've seen like dogs pull at a blanket or something, or like tug at a rope or something? It was kind of like that, but it was like the little hair. But he didn't hurt my brother. I wouldn't let him hurt my brother. I mean, I'm not a sociopath or a psychopath. But my husband, on the other hand, I'm just kidding. We love to joke about that. Oh, you live in your childhood home? How? Actually, I lived in my childhood home for a while. I did. I should have kept it. My dad was going to let me have it, and all I had to do was pay the last two payments. But I ended up moving in with Jay, and me like a dummy. I was only 22 or 23 at the time, and didn't realize the importance of that and how much I would want that house later. And it had an in-ground pool, of course. So, of course, I would like to still have it now because of that in-ground pool. Boy, that would be nice. Just think, 2 payments. Those payments back then, too, because they bought that house in like 1972. So they didn't pay, a whole lot of money for it. Their payments were like $100 and something a month. And all I had to do was pay the last 2 payments. What a dummy I am. That just showed you how much I was in love or infatuated or both with my husband. I guess that's why we're still together. We'll be married 29 years this year. That's not a short span of time. That's well over half our life, that's for sure. How are you doing, Kay Brister? You're trying to grow your hair out, Lady 7 Up? Well, y'all know mine's long as Well, it's very long. I have natural curls, so it kind of like draws up a little bit when it's dry. And I usually keep it in a braid because I get so hot. But my hair is, when it's wet, it is past my behind. When I sit in the bed and brush it out, it actually touches the bed whenever I sit up. But then it dries up a little bit. It's like ringlets. But the longer my hair is, the less natural curl it has because the weight pulls it out. Me too. Me too, Debbie. I wished I had the same sense whenever I was younger that I have now. But I guess the old saying is, with age comes wisdom. I just wished I would have had the wisdom when I was younger, so I could have made some better choices and better decisions. But then things wouldn't be like they are now. So, I guess things always work out for the best in the end. Even if we make some crazy choices when we're young, the Lord, if we just trust Him, He'll work it out for the good. You cut 7 inches off of yours? They kept slamming it. And, oh no, in the truck door. Oh no. Well, I hadn't done that yet. Mostly because I don't get out the house much anymore. But I think it's because I keep it in that braid. And I braid my hair, especially when I'm sleeping, because, I cannot stand for anything to be around my neck or be up at my neck. So every single night when I go to bed, I pull the braid up on the one side and put it over my pillow and then lay down so that it's not like choking me or anything. I should probably put it like a little bun at the top or something. I've done that before, but then sometimes it makes me wake up with a headache. Where'd you go, Althea? We were wondering where you were. And I know, that's what I'm saying, Lone Star. If I knew now what I knew then, man. If my older self could go back and tell my younger self a thing or two, and I would listen to my own self, life sure would be a lot better. Sherry's coming. Yeah, there she is. There's my Althea. Did you go take a nap? Oh, you went to, I bet she went to eat. You went to eat, didn't you? Did you eat peas and mashed potatoes? By the way, we got to think about what we're going to eat. I hadn't even thought about that. We got the little, we were here tonight. We should make spaghetti. It's getting too late, ain't it? Will you get me a pink drink while you're out? Please, thank you. Do I have any left in this one or no?
What?
In there. Do I have pink drink left in the refrigerator for this?
Very little.
Very little. Y'all, I'm hooked on the pink. Help me pray the pink away. But although it's good, I think they are good for you because, like I said, I've lost 30 pounds in 3 months. So, yes, we love you, Sherry. We do. And everybody, we have been praying for you because we know you've been going, even though right now you're still in shock, I know, but it's still, eventually it's going to hit. You wear a silk shower cap and it's long to sleep. And, my grandmother used to do that because back then, remember how everybody used to go get their hair done once a week? They'd get that roller set and they'd sit under the hair dryer and then, well, I used to do hair like this too because I've done hair for a long time. And I used to do a lot of older people's hair and I would go to their house and do it because, they couldn't get out and come to the beauty shop. So I would sometimes go to their house and I'd take my hair dryer with me and put it on the, the portable hair dryers you put on the tabletop, or then they had the kind that you could actually, it was kind of like, it looks like a silk shower cap and it had elastic and you hook the hose to it. But, you'd do the roller set and then tease it. Whoo! You'd put that teasing in and they wanted you to tease it tight too, boy. Pack that hair in there. The better, the more packed, the better. Hey, Sayla, good to see you. My keyboard died from kitty cats walking all over it. Wow, that seems so familiar. That happens to me all the time. In fact, right now, my R, my R is like raised up where one of the kittens put their claw up underneath it, and I picked the cat up off the keyboard, and it pulled the R halfway up. So I have to really push hard when I'm typing on the R, or it won't work, or it'll type like 5 R's in a row. You had a visitor? Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you had a visitor. Oop, what happened? I put it up there and then it went down. There it goes. I am so technologically challenged these days. What is wrong with me? It's like I'm getting dumber. I'm dumbing down. I got my husband a new phone because his phone. Okay, please don't take any offense to this, what I'm about to say. Anybody that might be a Biden supporter. Okay, but my husband's phone has more crack in it, or more, it's more cracked up than Joe Biden's son, Hunter. That's terrible. But that's the joke I make with him all the time. I'm like, this phone is more cracked up than Joe Biden's son. So anyway, I ordered him another phone, and it came in the mail yesterday. And it was supposed to switch, over, because we got it from the same place and everything. And he's got service on it that we just had paid for. And we can't get it to turn on. Like, it won't. It's really getting on my nerves. And I had to give it up. I was about to throw that new phone up against the wall where it was about to be all cracked up too. I mean, I had it with that daggum phone. So it's still not on. He's still having to use the cracked up phone. Oh, when did we turn the clocks back? I don't even remember that. I didn't remember it. Uh-oh, y'all. I'm glad you told me, Sherry. I would be in trouble. Is it tonight? Because if we go to church tomorrow, do we get an extra hour or less of an hour? I can't remember. Spring forward, fall back. So we go forward an hour. So that means we get less, don't we? Nah. I think it is so stupid. Don't y'all agree? Daylight savings time. Why can't we just leave it the same time of the year, the same time all year long? You remember exactly? It's like, I wish so much that this daylight savings time, it would just stay the same all year. It messes me up. It messes with me. I don't like it. Ah, okay. I got you, my good friend Althea. I got you. Oh my goodness. You're laughing. You're laughing at Sherry and Sayla's comment. Yes. The whole family's crazy. It does mess everything up, doesn't it, Lone Star? Y'all, I'm so proud of myself. Look how good I'm keeping up with the chat, at least. I'm doing one thing right, at least. Normally, I'm 5 days behind, and look at me. I'm doing good. Ben Franklin started it. Doggone him, Benjamin, you. Who is the traitor? Who was the traitor? That wasn't Benjamin Franklin, was it? Who was that they called the traitor? I don't remember. Oh no, my eyes are not good. And I saw your comment, Lone Star, and I thought it said Dong Ben instead of Dang Ben. I was like, Dong Ben. Oh my gosh. Is there something about Benjamin we don't know? Like Long Duck Dong on 16 Candles. I don't know if you remember that movie. I think America should vote on daylight savings time. I think it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and we should vote on it. But what does it matter? Our votes don't matter anyway. Yeah, Benedict Arnold. That's it. Thank you, Sherry. Oh, yeah. I knew it was something. I knew it was Ben something. Benedict something. Ben. Old Benedict Arnold, traitor. And Ben Franklin, the mixer upper of our head. I love you, honey. How did your girls do? Did they win?
They didn't make it.
Oh, you still get to go there, don't you? Yeah. They'll do it next year. I love you. Have fun. Be safe, though. That's all you can do when they get older. Just tell them to have fun and be safe. I mean, she's going to be with her church friends and stuff, and there'll be adults there, but still, it's so hard to let them go. I was not going to say anything, LOL. You wasn't going to say anything. She said it. Althea said it. Yep, Benedict Arnold, you're right. I don't know why I can't remember crap. Ben was packing the heat. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yes, you may. Is it still out there? Did I put it? Let me put another one. Hold on. There we go. I'm putting it down. I'm laying it down like long, like Dong Ben. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is hilarious. I need to get me some glasses. Long Dong Ben. Oh my goodness. Him too, Debbie. You see it, Sherry? I don't see you popping up. There you go. There she is. There's my Althea. How are you doing?
What are you talking about, Dong Ding? I thought we were talking about. Are we talking about King Dong? That's who we ought to be talking about. Is King Dong.
King Dong. Oh gosh, there was that movie 16 Candles, and they called that boy Long Duck Dong. I don't know if you remember.
Oh.
And then when she put, and then she put, I forgot. I have to go back up. What she said something, Ben, but it looked like she said Dong Ben. That, but she said dang Ben. That's what she said, and I thought it said Dong Ben. I was like, okay, so Ben was carrying something we didn't know about. He was packing something we didn't know about.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know that about Ben.
Who? Ben Dong.
Ben Dong?
Do you know the
Ben
Dover
Dong?
family? Do you know the Dover family?
No.
You don't know Ben Dover.
Ben Dover.
And his
I
wife,
should-
Eileen Dover.
I should know it.
And their daughter, Euleen Dover. You don't know the Dover family? Where have you been?
I've never heard of the Dovers.
What's the matter with you?
I've heard of one Dover.
You've
I've
never
al-
heard of Ben Dover.
I only
Eileen
knew-
a Dover.
Yeah, I
Or
only know Ben
Their daughter,
Dover.
Euleen Dover.
I think I am the daughter you
I
leaned
thought
over.
everybody knew the Dovers.
I've never heard of the Dovers. Except for my husband. He reminds me of the Dovers every now and again. He tells me about that. He tells me
Wait
about
a
that
minute.
bend over. He tells me about the whole bend over.
TMI. TMI. I call TMI.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm making my shoulder hurt. I'm laughing so hard.
Oh no.
But I need it. It's a good laugh.
Oh yeah, those good laughs are the best.
Yes.
And the good coughs too.
I forgot my good cough today. Can you believe it? I hadn't had my good cough all day.
Really?
No,
Well, you
I
need
forgot.
one.
I know I forgot. And you know
What's the
what?
matter with you?
I know I had to tell Alexa to
You really
remind
do
me.
have a bad memory, don't you?
Yes, I'm telling you, it's really like
I'm
quicksand.
telling you, it's pathetic.
It is. Listen, I had to literally tell Alexa to remind me. And she tells me in the morning, Sharon, smoke pot.
When should I remind you?
I won't forget to remind you. You forgot to remind me today, Alexa. Thank you.
I just set a reminder on my phone.
You're gonna
Every
have to
4 hours, take your medicine, Jerry.
exactly. Now, my blood pressure medicine, she reminds me, she goes, it's time to take your medicine.
I'll tell you what's worse than that, Lost Star Queen, is that when you use voice text
Oh, yeah.
and it comes out as a bunch of garble.
Yeah, or
And
something
I
perverted
hate
that you
voice
didn't
text.
say.
It never comes out right. Never.
No. No. Oh, my gosh. My husband was texting a customer like that, and it said something like, not I love you long time, but it was something like it sounded like that. And it was a male customer. And he was like, I'm so sorry. That came out wrong. I was voice typing.
Sailor,
Voice
Sailor,
yes.
how many times have I told you don't have a filter?
Oh, well, I know I don't. And I've got even less of one now. I'm literally Sailor don't give a F right now. Instead of Matthew Silly AF, I'm Sailor.
Oh, I almost caught my hair on fire.
Oh, no. That wouldn't have been good. That would have been quite the live.
Who was it caught his hair on fire during a Pepsi commercial?
Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Do it. Go ahead and do your moonwalk. You'd have to moonwalk over to the fire hydrant.
I can't moonwalk, but I can show a moon.
Oh, yes. I've shown my moon a time or two. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy. Tracy, you might want to hold your ears because Sailor's in one of those moods.
I'm in rare form. Oh, I had on a really short skirt. We were at the ballpark. And back in the, my younger days, whenever I was wearing those short
Trigger
skirts.
warning.
And I also was wearing a thong. And it was all wrong because a gust of wind came up and blew it way up in the air, my skirt. And my boyfriend was like, well, it's my husband now. He was like, only my girlfriend would have a skirt on that got blown up in the air.
Another Marilyn Monroe right there.
Yes. Yep.
I've got to leave and come right back. But I'll be
Okay.
back.
Okay, come back. Come back after your snack. Oh, goodness. How are you doing, Tracy? I got on here today because I was missing all my Facebook friends and family. Well, I call my Facebook friends my family. Not Facebook. My YouTube friends, my YouTube family. Yes. Biden's wife goes by Mr. Biden bend over. We call him O'Biden. O'Biden that time until he gets the heck out of that office. I know. We love her. I must have reminded her to take her medicine. I've had better days, but I need to do lives more, to be honest with you, because instead of sitting here alone all the time, I'm always just sitting here thinking, which is not always the best thing to do. Sometimes it's probably better if I just go ahead and do it. There she is.
Sailor,
Uh-huh.
don't feel badly about anything, baby. Because I'm sitting here talking away and I'm wondering why my AirPods aren't working. Well, because
What
I had to
happened?
go to my settings and turn them on.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad it's not just me then.
See? I
Yes.
got that from you. Is that contagious?
I think it's contagious. I do.
I think it is too.
Yep. I think
They're
you
still
called it.
not working.
Oh, no. And they're still not working. Work.
I think it's the operator.
I think it's the operator on the what do you call it? On the what's the telephone operators? What they used to call them? Oh gosh, in the early days. Remember they'd have to do the switchboard things where they'd push them into little plugs back in the day. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, great. I don't sound like a robot or Donald Duck. Or any
No,
of those
you
other...
don't sound like Donald Duck or a robot or nothing. You're coming in clear, clear, clear.
No Wilma Flintstone or anything.
Nothing like that. You're coming in
All
like
right.
Sherry. You're coming in like Crooked Arrow Sherry. 10-4.
Good, buddy.
I knew it. We always think alike.
That's a sad thing.
Well, maybe sometimes. Lately, maybe it's sad because we've been going through some sad things. But
Well,
you
how
know
do
what?
we know? How do we know that we're not two geniuses connected together? We might find a cure for something.
I think we are two geniuses. Definitely.
Yeah. If you put
Amen.
my IQ and your IQ together, it'd be, let me see.
It'd be almost
340.
300. Yeah. It'd be
340. 340.
Yep. Yep. We're smart cookies.
340. 340.
Now listen, right now mine might be a little bit less than that because I've been
I
going
said
through
combined.
Yeah.
I said combined. And
well, I
I'm being
mean-
very, listen, I'm being very lenient with your IQ, by the way.
Yes, I know, but
The
what I'm
other
saying,
the other part was my IQ. I said our IQs combined. I didn't say what they were.
correct.
So yours is quite less, and mine is quite more. But combined,
Mine is.
they total that score.
Mine is quite less.
Got it?
Especially, yes. Mine is quite less. Yours is a little more. And one thing I know is my mama didn't raise no whore. Oh gosh. I love to see your face when I shock you like that.
Look, I've been called Mr. Magoo, Harry Potter, Mr. Peabody. Who else with
What
these
do I say?
glasses?
I love your glasses. They remind me of John Lennon.
Add one more to the list.
Yes, but you don't look like John Lennon. The glasses are just reminding me of John Lennon. That's
Imagine
all the people. That's about all I can remember. I can remember the people.
I remember the title.
Yes, you remember the title.
And then you remembered it after I remembered it. See, I have to remember things first, and then here comes Sayla. She'll say, "Oh yeah, I remember that." So
Right.
I remember it for her. Do you get
Right.
it?
Correct.
I remember it for her, and then
I kick in, and then my memory will
I
kick
mean-
in after that.
yeah, and she
Right.
she remembers it after I do.
Correct. And it helps me remember, and it helps me with my memorizations. See, you never stop schooling. You know what?
Oh, Laura, rue the day that Sayla and I ever get to meet. Rue the day, rue the day, rue the day.
Well, YouTube will probably know it because we'll probably, like you said, we'll probably be in jail. Somebody have to bail us out.
You could go live off my neck out there.
Live off your neck.
Well,
What? We're gonna go live off Sherry's neck.
Are you making fun of my chins? I got more. I got more chins than the
A
Chinese,
Chinese
phone book.
phone book. Me too, but mine's going away. Mine's my chin.
I need some cosmetic surgery, and then I will be able to talk.
My chins are leaving me. One by one.
She's down to the waddle now.
Yes, I'm down
no,
to
I
the turkey
said-
gobble.
I sit on my deck. D-E-C-K. Deck. Deck.
You're Richard.
Deck. Let's not get this confused now. D.
I think you're talking about Mr. Richard Nixon.
I said sitting out on my deck.
I know. I'm
We
playing.
wouldn't all be sitting out there on that.
Because you don't got one. Unless it's in the drawer.
You show me one that can hold that. We'll try it out.
Right. It'll be called the Rocket Man. The Rocket Man. Burning down. I can't remember that song either. Shoot.
Elton John.
Yeah, I know his name, but I can't remember this song. I just know it's a Rocket Man.
Just breaks my heart. Because I don't know the words either.
Well, both of us are going through a little crisis period here, so it's okay.
Althea, I'm not going through a crisis.
No, I know, but you have had a
You
tragic
know what?
thing.
There's one funny thing about it. I rarely heard from her anyway. So
I know,
when-
but still.
when she died, and it was unexpected, but along with her died our ancestry. She
Yeah.
had, her nephew is going through everything now, and he said everything is so comprehensive. I mean, she did our ancestry way back to wherever, and she's got all these notes and all these journals and everything, and I
Wow.
swear. And he's just now finding this out. He said this is enough to comprise a book that should be written.
Yeah. Get to it.
And yeah, he's quite a writer himself.
Well, you
he's,
might have to do it with him.
Well, he plays the guitar, like your son did, and
Yeah.
he likes acoustical, and he sings all kinds of songs. Hallelujah is one of his very favorites to sing. I mean,
Yeah. I've
he's
got one of those. Zach sing that one on one of the videos I found.
yeah,
I'm still
Yeah.
finding videos. Still, after a year, I'm finding videos that I had no idea he made.
yep. Cass gave me one, and it's the only one I have, and he recorded it in the bathroom. And then he went back and did an overlay with his own voice in a different.
Oh yeah, I bet that
and
was
then, yeah,
harmonized with it. Yeah.
I love your Miss Sherry. Who is your Miss Sherry? I'm not
You.
married to Sherry. I am Sherry.
I think she meant I love you, Miss Sherry. I think she just put an R on there.
Put an R on there and another R in with Mrs. Don't ask me why we say Mrs. when there's an R in it.
I know. Wouldn't it be Mers? I don't know. Like MRSA.
I love your Mercer, Sherry. Mercer, Harry.
Tracy, did you get into my coconut bay pear rum?
Tracy, what have you been doing tonight anyway? Knitting?
She's been knitting and sipping. Knitting and sipping. That's what you ought to do your next chat. Knitting and sipping.
Knitting and a sipping and a sipping and a knitting.
And then
Don't
dipping.
worry about me and dipping because I'm sitting and knitting. Knitting while I'm sipping.
And my husband is a dipping.
Even though I don't want it, he's doing it while I'm.
She knocked herself off. You knocked yourself off.
Sipping while he's hitting. Oh Lord,
and I'm holding a kitten.
my mitten's getting terrible.
And the 3 little kittens lost their mittens.
Where are those needles? They must be in his back.
Get off. What is that? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Don't you come back
Don't
no
worry about him.
more.
He's not coming back to my knitting party.
No. I actually pulled a crochet. I pulled a crochet needle out on my daughter's baby's daddy. He chased her up the stairs, and I pulled out an 11-inch crochet needle. I said, "You back down them stairs, or I'll jab you in the jugular." His eyes got as big as saucers, and he backed down them stairs too, buddy. I jumped up on that end of that bed like a daggum cat, and I don't move fast like that. So he knew I meant business. I'm like, look, don't play with my children. I'm telling you.
That's why she's my close friend.
Yes.
I'm scared of her.
He's scared not to be friends with me. I know where she lives.
I used to bring her candy every day to school so she wouldn't pick on me.
I always made her give me her lunch money. Well, I had a pack of Luckies in my sleeve. Rolled up in my sleeve. That's why I got her smoking. That's why she smoked. I told her she didn't smoke with me at recess. I was going to beat her up. Kids butt out the White House. I agree. Well, I mean, we really don't have to. All we got to do is open the front door. He'll fall out. He'll fall. He falls every other day. Biden. Oh, Biden. He falls up the steps. He falls down the steps. He falls off the bicycle. Easter Bunny has to help him find his way off the White House lawn.
The only thing I have to say is his dog sure did like to eat Secret Service agents. They must have some sort of taste to them or something. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I bet they smell real nice. Dogs are attracted to things that smell like crap. Turtle.
No, my dog's too elegant and proper to do that.
Well, Phyllis, of course. Well, she would never. Phyllis is
Never.
a high class.
Never.
Phyllis is
Never.
a high class lady.
Why, she certainly is. She's sitting right here wanting to say hello.
Phyllis, where are you? Let me see you.
Let me put my tea down and I'll get her. Hang on.
I hadn't seen Phyllis in a minute.
Yeah. Come here, Phyllis. Come on, baby. Come on.
I know. I'm sorry, Lone Star. I don't mean to do you like that. Look at Phyllis's pretty hair. She's got that swoop going on the side. I love your hair, Phyllis. How you doing, good girl?
Isn't she precious?
She is.
She's
Hey,
sweet girl.
Phyllis. Lola.
You stop
Lola, are
acting
you
like
taking care of Mama?
Say, we're together 24/7.
Yes, Lola. You have
She's a
such
good
pretty-
girl.
Yeah, I want.
She
You know
loves
what,
to
Lola?
sing.
I
You
know. I've
she
heard
loves
her.
to sing.
I've heard her do it. Sing for us, Lola.
You want her to?
Yeah, sing, Lola.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
want to see.
gosh.
My pet's got talent.
We'll try.
Come on, Lola.
Row, 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 row. Row, 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 row. Row, 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 row. Row, 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 row.
Woo, Phyllis. Woo. That was a 10. And she hit a couple high notes on that one.
That dog's pretty good, isn't she?
Yeah. I think she ought to be on America's Got Talent. She's got more talent than most of them. Come on, Phyllis. We gonna do your roller set. And we-
Lola, Lolita, Phyllis. Wait,
Yes, yes,
that's her name.
yes. Look, little Lola, we gonna fix your roller set. We gonna get your hair done. We gonna did your hair up, and we gonna
Guess
send you
what?
on America's Got Talent.
Hey, look. Last week when the maids came, what I was asking if she could braid Lola's hair,
I want to do Lola's hair. I can't wait to do
and I
Lola's
said
hair.
yes, but it's very, very fine. It's silky. It's real hair.
Yes,
Not, it's not.
it's not wiry. It's real hair, like soft
Right.
hair.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real hair, not fur. But anyway, so she braided it. And I gave her a rubber band and she braided it and it stayed in about maybe an hour. And Lola was, she likes to burrow and she likes to act like a bucking bronco and throw my pillows off the bed and everything off the bed. Disrupt my tablet, try to walk on my tablet when I'm talking. She's so damn rude, Phyllis is sometimes.
Phyllis, you just want to get back on that stage, don't you? You tired of people retiring you.
Phyllis,
not
where
ready.
are you?
Phil's not ready to retire yet.
Phyllis, you're not
Yeah, we
going
got-
outside in the dark.
We got rain today too, Tracy. Everybody was talking about how it's raining everywhere.
I'm sick of it raining. Lola,
We better get on that arc. We better start
Where?
working on that arc.
well, I am, but I'm wondering where Lola went. Get in here.
Lola, you hear somebody outside?
No, she's in the bathroom. That's where food bowl of water. Or got a little
She's like,
plug
I'm
there.
thirsty. She's probably like, y'all made my
No, she's
blood
just-
hurt.
She's weird. She gets a few bites out of her bowl, brings it in here,
Oh,
and then
good
eats
night,
some. And then
Zigzag.
zigzag.
Zigzag. I said, good night,
Do
Zigzag.
we have
She was leaving.
somebody new in the chat named Zigzag?
Yeah, Zigzag. I think everybody's taking their medicine.
I cannot believe there are people shooting off fireworks. Now, what would they be doing that for?
What?
They are. They're shooting off fireworks by my
Are you
house.
sure? Are you sure it's fireworks? Not a shootout?
Where do you think I live anyway? With the Hatfields and the Coleys?
No, the Bendovers. The Dovers.
I don't live anywhere near Bendover.
I didn't know. The Dovers, they might pull out a gun or two. You never know. A squirt
Yeah.
gun.
I'll be right back. I'm going to shut my shit. Ah, see? Just talk about the Dovers made me say shit. I got to shut my door now.
That was a Freudian slip.
Who's hey?
Oh, hey.
Who's hey? I don't know who hey is. No.
Your dog slept through it? Oh, I hope it is sunny tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be sunny here. I think Althea is getting far away from the device.
Last night we had to sleep on the other end of the house.
Because the fireworks?
No, honey, because of the wind. The
Oh.
wind.
Y'all had a storm.
I'm too cheap to cut down any trees. And then Don let this house to somebody that will never appreciate what I've done.
True. I don't cut down.
I'm thinking about who to leave it to. I've got a great idea.
Well, then I'm sure it'll be a good one. You've given it much thought. Lots of thought.
I have. And my nephew wants all of my poetry and all of my writings.
Aww.
And he even remembered what the book is going to be called.
No, wait a minute. Now, you told me that I could have some poetry and writing, so you got to at least make copies. A
Well,
few
my
copies.
book's going to be called In 1 Week's Time.
That's good. That's a good name.
Good play on words, isn't it?
It It's a very good play on words. That's very
A
good.
silent soliloquy.
Yes, very much so. I love that. Well, I hope you get on with it because I can't wait to read it.
Sorry, it must be posthumously, I guess.
You'll get busy. You'll get busy on it.
What am I
Soon.
supposed to do? Record everything? That's all I know to do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do an ebook, like an
What?
ebook. You know,
Why would
where
I do that?
basically you don't have to write. You know, these
No,
days.
this needs to be. This stuff is too good not to be copyrighted. I'm telling you.
Well, you need to copyright it for sure because you don't want nobody
This is
stealing
a
your stuff.
this. You know how we talk? It's a play on humor. It's talking to the. When you write, you're talking to an audience, not as well as yourself. You know, you're
Mhm.
writing as if somebody's going to be reading it besides you, or I
Correct.
do.
Yeah, I do too.
I do, and oh, hang on one second. Well, she steps on the remote controls, and then I can never get back where I was. Okay.
Lady 7 Up, her bladder feels better. It's empty. Well, my bladder is full. I might have to put 1 week's time up for a
Yeah.
minute. I can
What
empty it.
was that, Tracy, about playing the yes and no game?
Oh yeah, that was fun. I did that one night. I was up there with y'all.
Ask Miss Sherry if she's ready to play a yes or no game. So yes, is she starting one?
I didn't. Who?
It's
Is
Miss
she doing
Ann
it?
starting it. What are the
Miss
games?
Ann is Miss Ann on
We
now?
look. I, along with Mab, created this game yesterday, and Miss Ann made the rules.
Yeah,
But as we played the game, the rules kind of changed because it's
change
her
a little
channel,
bit.
and she changes.
Yeah, as she sees fit.
And everybody complains, and I just sit there and I'm just laughing. I'm like, it's her channel. She'll change the
It's
rules.
her channel. It's her house. She changes
Yeah,
rules.
she wants-
House. That's
She wants
right.
to change. She wants to change the rules. Let her change the rules.
That's right. The house always holds the cards. Reese is back.
But
That
the
was,
reprobates.
I tell you, it was fun. And you know what? It does teach patience. It does teach patience.
Really,
It
listen,
does.
everybody, it's just yes or no, but it's so hard not to explain.
It is. It's hard.
It's
not
so
to
hard
elaborate.
not to elaborate what you mean by that.
And I did
You're
good
trying to
on it.
tell the truth, but you want people to know that, yeah, you were in jail one night, but you want to tell them why.
Right.
And you can't do that. You're like,
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah, no.
no.
No, you get a
minus
point.
one.
Yeah, you get a
Yeah,
point.
you get a point. But don't talk when Miss Ann's talking, boy. She is really PO'd about that.
I told her that one night I was up there. I was like, Miss Ann, I think you're trying to teach us a lesson with this thing. I think you're trying to get us.
I said I told her, yeah, I told her she was too nice to people.
Well, she's learning she's learning. She's learning how to get her assertiveness out. Last night was out of control. Was y'all playing it last night? Yes or no?
Yeah, we kind of got out of control, but she did too. But you know what? If she goes live, that'll be the first thing she'll say. I'm so sorry for what I did. And, she kind of got out of control. Panel got out of control. She got out of control. And then everybody kind of got out of control. And she finally had to just shut us down.
Oh,
no. We had one or two catalysts in the group, maybe three, including myself. But not really including myself because, I don't know. Ask Lady 7 Up if I was out of control.
Lady 7 Up was Crooked Arrow out of control? Was she being a Crooked Arrow?
Ask her.
I can't imagine there's no possible way that my Althea would get out of control. I just don't believe it. No.
Well, if you're bored, you could just pretend like I was.
Take a gander
pretend
at it.
Pretend like I was. You know
Okay.
what? I was on somebody's live the other night. Half my lipstick fell off, and I accidentally swallowed it.
Oh no! Has it come out?
Yeah, I thought I had some sort of.
Colon cancer. I
I was going to say hemorrhoids, but you have to go to the graphic, don't you?
Well, oh yeah. Well, that's true. You could have had a polyp, a busted polyp. You need a plumber.
You
And it was
need
only
Roto-Rooter.
Roto-Rooter.
You need one of those snakes, you know. Yeah. You know, you kind of twist the.
I know about
Twist
them
that.
snakes. I know about them snakes.
That's the only snake I'd ever have around my house.
Listen, you know what I tell my girls all the time?
Shh. I want somebody to verify if I was out of control.
Well,
Nobody has.
I didn't see it, but I can tell you were
Well,
out of
Lady
control.
7 Up, the question was directed to you. Yes or no? Lady
Oh yeah,
7 Up.
yes or no, Lady 7 Up, was she out of control or not? You can't explain or anything. You just got to say
Tracy
yes or
says,
no.
no, Miss Sherry, it wasn't your fault. Now,
Oh,
Lady
well,
7
so
Up.
Lady 7 Up said Sherry was good.
Okay, see? I don't want everybody to go around and think I was a part of that little bunch of.
Hoobla. That's the word I made up.
Let's just say some people can be more talkative than I can, and that's.
No way. Wow. Well, I wasn't up there, so I don't know. I didn't see it.
It was fun.
Did she take it
It
off?
was a
Or
big.
still up there?
It was a big hoopla. I mean, it was funny. To me, it was funny. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm laughing at the whole damn thing, but Miss Ann got really. I could tell she was getting
Aggravated.
angrier and
She was getting
angrier and
aggravated.
angrier. And I started trying to back her up on that and saying, look, she's PO'd and all this stuff, you know. And I was playing with Tony and Gina
Oh.
and just playing around with them. But then it got to the point I was starting backing off a little bit, but then they would just keep on after each other. You shut up, they would tell you shut up, da 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 da, while she was talking. And I wasn't trying to be rude. And anytime I did speak up, I was speaking up on her behalf.
Ah.
So I got in trouble for speaking up on her behalf. But I've spoken to her today on the phone, and everything's cool. She understands
Well, as long as
me.
everything is kosher, then that's what matters.
Well, it is, and she understands everybody, and I tried to explain everybody's point of view.
Yeah, and that's good.
That was on that panel. Well,
everybody's got their own
well, I was
way.
there, so I should have some say so. So, and she was a good listener, very good listener.
Well, I'm glad
and
she
I
listened.
I was a good listener too. Except if she started talking too much, I say, "Now listen, Regina."
You gonna have to calm it down, lady.
I don't know if she thought that was funny or not, but that's what I told her on the phone.
Oh, did you really? Thank you, honey.
She's gonna kill me for exposing that. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was you doing, honey?
What was I doing?
Yeah.
She
You looked at my Ferret Bay rum.
Damn, she didn't go
But I
myself.
can't help it. It's so damn funny. Why not share something so funny?
Yeah, you gotta. Well, people have to laugh.
Lola is doing her thing.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
No, she's doing the bucket Bronco or whatever. Please get settled.
Little Miss Lola, do your thing. Do your thing.
She does. She does my comforter too, but it doesn't do any good. The vet said she just getting out of energy.
Did she tear your comforter up?
No, but she humps it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get Lola a stuffed animal. I'm going to have to get Lola a Mr. Lola.
It's not sexual in nature at all. The vet said that's what they do, and she does it on rainy days too. When she's stuck in more, she never want to go out in the rain and get her
Well,
feet
listen,
wet, you know.
we
She
all
thinks
gotta get.
she. But anyways, it's on the end of the bed, you know, where the comforter kind of comes together, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And she helps that thing. And he said she's just trying to get energy out. He said it has
Well, it
nothing to
is.
do.
She got to get her frustrations out like we all do. Lola got her groove back.
Sounds like a movie.
I know it. I think she's the sequel. Lola got her groove back. we throwing Whoopi's ass out, and Lola got her groove back.
I didn't teach her that trick. She knows quite a few tricks I've taught her, but I didn't.
Oh, now, come on now. She's learning from Mama something. She's learning something from Mama.
You must think I'm desperate to be up in the cover.
What are you calling Lola desperate? Lola is not desperate. Look how beautiful she is. She is not desperate. She gets her hair all done and everything. She waits for that little chihuahua around the corner. She goes up to the window. And it gets her all going and fired up.
You need to hush your mouth, cat lady.
Yeah, my cats,
Hush
they
your
only
mouth.
hump each other.
How many cats do you have? 31?
No, I got 14.
41?
14. One four.
I heard you the first time.
You heard me the first time, but you couldn't believe it. That's why my husband's working on that catio.
No. Yeah.
That catio.
Yeah. Look, I see.
They're beautiful cats. My cats just hump each other. They don't hump the covers. That's why we got to get rid of the balls.
I'm not going
The balls have got to go.
This is why we should get together, Sailor.
No, this is why we should, because laughing.
I've been telling you the whole time. This could be a train wreck.
Well, sometimes you can't help but look at a train wreck.
Well, you know what? You look like a gorgeous, young, beautiful, vibrant thing over there.
Well, that's because I wasn't.
I look like exactly who I am.
Well, I looked exactly like I was when I turned the thing off and showed my true self.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me show you up close here.
Look, I look like hell, but
look. I want you to look.
Look,
I'm almost 68. You see a bunch of wrinkles on this face? Just show me.
Well, nope.
Look. Huh? You see a bunch of them. See any? Yep. See any ditches in there?
Nope. Look. This is what's in my lips. I got huge lips.
Mwah! Oh my gosh. She's nasty when she does that. I'm glad you're showing everybody what you really look like. I show everybody what I really like. Look.
Well, I look.
What I like, look. I said instead of look like.
My husband came in and saw that the parrot bay was sitting beside the bed because I pulled it up to see what it was. He goes, "Oh no, you're going to drinking again?" I was like, "No, I'm telling all about it." But I will. Don't tempt me. It goes down smooth. It tastes just like coconut.
Now, If anybody wants to send her something, send her a little bottle of wine.
Wine? The heck with wine? I'm talking on rum. I got on the rum. I got on the Parrot Bay.
Coconut.
Yeah. See, it has to be sweet. And I don't like no liquor tasting stuff. Mm-mm.
I don't drink liquor at all.
Well, I don't either. That's why, look, 1 or 2 little glasses in a juice glass with my pink mixed with it, my pink drink.
No.
But it
Nope.
made me feel, it made me feel so relaxed.
Makes
I
me
had-
climb all over the furniture and everything.
Oh, no. Well, I ain't drinking tequila or nothing. That makes
No.
your clothes come off.
I'm telling you, and I just go off the single.
Then you have your panties hanging off. See, now you know why my panties hang off the ceiling.
I wouldn't even know I had panties on, nor care.
Now, one time, whenever I drank tequila the last time, like it's been a long time ago.
I still knew where I was and everything. It's just I didn't give a flying fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I am. I didn't care, literally, because I'm horrified of sharks. You know, I told you that, but I got my liquid courage up drinking that tequila.
Oh! I've heard this story.
Yeah, and I was jumping up and down with the waves. They were up to my boobs. I was like really going to town out there at the beach. I didn't think about a shark or nothing. That tequila makes you forget everything, including to pull your bathing suit top up when you're jumping in waves. Oh no, Lady 7-Up said I had to smoke a hole last night.
You know what? Tequila makes your bathing suit fall off.
It does. And especially when you roll up on the shore, you know, and then it knocks your pants down. You know, have you ever had that happen? Where
Yeah.
you roll up,
And then
like
you gotta,
you roll up and yeah, and then the sand gets in your bottoms and it's like a diaper.
you
And the
gotta
police
start
come
walking.
and
You
try
get
to
up,
stop the
walking,
party.
Start feeling something heavy in the back.
You know, you're like, did I shark my pants?
Then you go, you turn a 180, you go back into the water. You
Exactly.
pull both sides of that bathing suit out at the bottom, and you
And shake it out.
swish, and
You
do the
shake,
turn,
and
and
you shake it, baby, shake it.
shake it off, shake it off,
Shake it, baby, shake it.
shake it off.
Shake it. That's a movie. I mean, a song, not a movie. It
I
could be a
know.
movie. We don't know. we haven't seen it yet.
Shake it off, shake it off.
Oh gosh, Lady 7-Up said, Sherry's taking lessons from Lola. You need a catio too, Lone Star? Look, get pallets for free, and that's how you do it. And we got a screen door. I'm going to paint it purple and put the cat house on it. I'm making me a little wooden sign, and I'm putting the cat house with a red light. It's the red light catio district.
And right over that red light, she's going to drape a pair of fishnet hose over the top.
Just kitty size.
Just a little enticement won't hurt business.
Right. And the ketchup. The cat app.
And then they come in thinking it's something else, and all these street lights start jumping all over them. I'm like, hell, give me back my $100.
You know what just came to mind?
I didn't realize this was a real cat house.
My neighbors will be going, that lady next door is running a cat house over there.
$100 to go in there.
And a cat.
There's 14 that I'll pounce on you. What time?
Oh,
You thought
God.
that wrong cat house. Different address.
Right. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
yeah.
my word.
I love sex on the beach. The drink and the other. I've done
Well,
both.
I'm beginning to worry about you with your parrot rum and all your alcohol talk and stuff.
I only drank one time. I only drank it one time, one day. It was
I
just
know
one day.
that's a drink, Miss Lady 7-Up.
Yeah, it's blue. I know that.
I've never had one, but
Well, the one I had was
I've
blue. I don't know.
I've had people to order them with. I was with the order. May I go get a beer, please? 7:30.
Well, you have to wait till 7:31. No, I'm just kidding. Of
Well,
course.
good. It's actually 7:34.
I know.
Back in a second.
I know.
I got you.
Is it Bud Light?
Let's see. I will see what's in the fridge.
I think you should get a Corona with a lime.
Well, you know what?
That's the only kind of Corona I like. One with a lime.
Oh,
I just got my card and getting off of opiates. Feel better. Oh, good. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. It works. You feel a lot better getting off them opiates and taking the natural stuff. It works a whole lot better. And it's better for you. At least, you know, it won't kill you. You know, it just makes you feel happy and out of pain. Where opiates, you know, opioids, they really are, they're dangerous. I was on them one time. I've been off of them for 8 years. 9 this year will be 9 years. But I'll tell you this, without my friend Mary Jane, I don't know if I could have done it. She's really helped me through it.
are you talking about Lola? Are you talking about Lola again?
I'm talking about Mary Jane.
Oh.
I said Mary Jane is a good friend, and she really helps you through a lot of things.
Is that the same Mary Jane I know?
Yes, Mary Jane gets around. She's a good friend, though.
Yeah, we share the same friends, don't we?
Yes. I
That's
love
odd
Mary.
too. That's
I
odd
love
too.
I love Mary.
Well, Lola's into her tunneling.
Uh-oh. She's tunneling down there to the bottom of the bed.
Wish you could see her hair, dude. Lola.
You
Wait.
just got your card.
Wait. I'm having an earthquake here in the bed.
Well, that's what's important, Lone Star. As long as you got the connection, that's what matters. Because you can order it, actually. There's all kind of places you can order it from.
I wish somebody would just go ahead and make a federal legalization nationwide.
Yes, it should
What
be.
the hell? We got it here. We don't have it here. We got it
That's
here.
so silly. It ought to be in every state.
It's just, it ought to be in every state. I think it ought to be a federal legalization law of
Cannabis.
our friend.
Correct. Mary Jane ought to be legal in every state of the United States of America. It's a free country.
And our territories.
Yes. And the outer territories.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Well, we know it's legal in
Guam.
Jamaica.
Guam.
Guam. Well, is Jamaica in Mexico or here? I don't know. You know, we collect an island or two every now and then. I'm not sure if we've collected that one or not.
I don't know, but if you've ever been to Jamaica, you won't forget it.
I want to go. I want to see Bob Marley's museum.
I'm at the Gardner, and we meet in a little rainforest there every day.
Yeah. I bet that was fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Hash Brown, how are you doing?
I had a friend with me, and we just go in there and meet him every day at noon because we knew it. But when he'd be in there, were hammocks and people in there reading and doing all this kind of stuff. And he's just in there kind of cleaned it up,
Chilling?
just checking on things. So he brought some of the good stuff. And so my friend and I, she was my nurse, by the way, believe it or not, and my
Really?
doctor's office.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a spur of the moment trip for me because somebody backed out. She wanted to know if I'd go. And I said, of course I will. Well, and we didn't have to have a passport then. But anyway, we went and we had the best time. We certainly did.
Well, I bet you did. And I can tell you right now. Well, I'm sorry you had a bad day. I had a kind of bad day too. That's why I decided to go live. I said, we're going to turn this day around. We're going to turn these frowns upside down.
These are very original quotes. Where'd you get them?
I don't know. They just come to me like that.
Like Toys R Us or something?
Yeah. That's where they come from. I think they closed Toys R Us down. You know, I used to work at Toys R Us, but it was the adult version.
Oh, yeah.
Mary Jane does get around. Mary Jane gets around more than...
People don't know how many people use Mary Jane, but don't want to tell about it. And especially
know.
our age, especially my age. I'm not equivocating. She's not hers not my age. I mean,
Her's not my age. She could have been my mom if she was 16. Then when she got knocked up.
I don't know how to do it.
That's the thumb sideways.
I know I've got some sort of reverse autism thing going up here.
I think that's reverse dyslexia. Reverse,
Could
no.
be.
Yeah,
Something to do with my perspective.
it could be. Perspection. We're going to come up with our own names and our own dictionary, our own...
My speculation.
My perspections and speculations and my spectacles. And I'm just speculating about this.
I won't say what I was going to say.
This is the vocabulary class. We're teaching y'all new vocabulary words.
Yeah.
I bet if you could ever get some good Mary Jane, it would be at Bob Marley. At Bob Marley, and from Bob Marley's Gardener. I bet that's the best Mary Jane in the world.
Well, I don't know who this gardener was, but he invited us to his house to cook local food for us. But we wouldn't go because we were allowed to go off the resort. But I went off the resort anyway.
Yeah, I don't listen to rules either.
I didn't tell anybody. I just went off by myself for a little
Well,
bit.
that's what's important. Just don't
But I
tell.
wasn't even scared. I wasn't scared.
Yeah, when I went to the Bahamas, they warned us about them Rastafarians. They said, "Be careful! Don't run off on these jets."
Oh, they were there.
Rastafarians.
They were all out in the water just about. They were in the international part. You know, it was rough.
Yeah.
They were out there trying to entice everybody to look at the conch shell. And it'd have like cocaine in it, you know, wrapped up in duct tape. And it'd have.
Yeah,
I
they'll
don't
try to
know.
sell you cocaine right off the boat. We stepped off the boat and they're right there going, "Would you like an edge ball of cocaine?" I'm like, "No, thank you."
I know, but you know what? I didn't get past that rope, but there were people that went over to look at that conch shell, and I stood there long enough or act like I was snorkeling there long enough to see what was going on. There was a transition going on. I thought,
A transition.
yeah,
Transaction. It was a transmission.
both.
It was a transmission of a transaction. It was a 5-speed too. Because you smoke 2 in the morning and you smoke 2 at night and you smoke 2 in the afternoon, it'll make you feel all right.
You know what my nurse called me? MacGyver.
It was a 6-speed.
You know why she called me MacGyver? Because we
Why?
got some Mary Jane that was really sticky. We couldn't even roll it or do it. I took the coffee pot and took the carafe off, turned it on.
I'm going to start calling you Sticky Fingers.
Listen, no, then I sprinkled I sprinkled that sticky old Mary Jane on there, on the little burner, where the crab's supposed to be, and just kept flipping it every now. Like you were frying eggs, getting that
I'm
stuff
glad.
crispy enough to roll.
You have to sometimes catch it on fire a little bit. Or kind of,
She said,
get it warm at the bottom.
she said, this room smells like pot. I said, what's wrong with that? You walk into the whole resort, smells like pot. Everybody smoking everywhere. Nobody gives a shit about it.
You're like, it's Jamaica. What do you expect it to smell like?
I was just drying out the MJ.
Yeah, you got to dry it out.
I
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Hash Brown.
had to give it away before I left because I couldn't get on the plane with it.
Oh, yeah.
I got on
you
the
don't.
plane. I got on the plane with some empty pipes that never been used. That's okay.
Yeah, you can do it. You can take some as long as it don't have any residue on it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you don't want to piss off the what's it called? The when you it's the what are they called? The
Security.
the air. It's like a federal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the what's it called? The FTA. What's it called?
TSA.
Something like that. Yeah, like it's some kind of like serious thing if you do stuff on airplanes. I don't know why, like what it is about the airplanes, but they're serious about stuff on airplanes.
Yeah.
You watching them play right now? That would be fun. To have a couple little puppies. Well, Gracie's not a puppy, but the other one is.
I got something to show you.
What? What's you? Ooh, you know what that is. And that's funny that's the name.
This is for Miss Chewy.
Chewies. Chewies. Sounds like I sneezed. Chewy.
I'm deprived.
Deprived of what?
I don't know, but I'll think of something.
I'm deprived of common sense these days, it seems like. But soon enough, it'll come back. It shall return.
Tis already.
'Tis the season to return.
No, 'tis already because you speak with a lot more clarity than you did, and yes,
Yeah,
you're making a comeback. It's really hard. It's not like you have to forget anything. It's just that you have to first thing you have to do is find something to occupy your mind.
right.
That's the first thing you have to do. I don't care what it is.
Correct. And like I love to paint and I love to write poetry. I love to do a lot of things. But like whenever I was going through a lot of this stuff, I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't feel like painting. I didn't feel like for a while I didn't even listen to music. And I'll tell you right now, that is some deep stuff. Because I do everything with music. Everything.
So do I. I grieve with music.
Me too. I usually do too. That's what I'm saying. So a couple of days when I wasn't even wanting to listen to music, I was getting worried.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Hash Brown. Hashy. Hash. Speaking of hash.
I don't think it's fair that she should have an avatar up there that shows her as a pretty young little hot thing, and I'm over here looking like I really do.
Well, it's all about it's all about the perspective and the perception and you remember?
Yeah.
I do have a current picture that I use sometimes. I don't know how to change it in the middle of the stream, though. How do you do it?
I've yet to see the evidence.
Yeah, I've done it. Let me see if I can find her.
I just said I've yet to see the evidence. That's all I said.
I'll find her yet. Wait, I'm gonna have to catch up. Me too. I'm gonna have to catch up too.
Yeah, you gotta catch up.
I've never had dreads but I did get my hair braided with the little micro braids when I was at the Bahamas. You know how they'll braid them for a couple dollars a braid? Man, them women pull on them things hard. They hurt. And they get
You
it
know
done
what,
quick.
Taylor?
Uh-huh.
You might not believe this, but I got my hair cornrowed.
Yeah, that's what's my cornrow, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, when those stripes go across my head and my big ears sticking out, you know, I had beads all hanging all across the
Like
back.
you look like Bo Derek in
Yeah,
10.
I was really, when I came back, it was really dark and everything. And I walked into my dad's house, and the first thing he did, he just looked at me. He sat in his chair. He just looked at me. He said, "Do I know you?"
What'd you say? Yes, it's Bo Derek, Daddy. Don't you recognize me?
I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "I don't like it."
Oh no. And what'd you say?
I said, "Don't worry, Dad. It's fixable. I take them out. It's just,
It's just hair.
I just want to do this. A lot of people get tattoos and stuff, and I just
At least that can come. At least that comes loose. The braids come loose.
took a while.
Yeah.
With this
Well, I
hair.
know. Oh my gosh, I have
Well,
natural
Phil-
curly hair.
Talk
too.
about your Phyllis Diller now.
Yeah. My hair look like
I
Donna
look
Summers.
like a cross between Phyllis Diller and Albert Einstein. Their hair.
Yeah, I still my daughter she'll cornrow my hair sometimes just in like 2 braids, and I'll leave it up for a couple days, and I'll take it down. And I look like Diana Ross or you know,
Well,
like in The Wiz. You ever seen that movie, The Wiz?
yes, sort of. I didn't like it, but I watched
Oh, I
it.
love The Wiz. Oh my gosh, I think I love The Wiz more than The Wizard of Oz. Yeah,
No,
I love the
don't
music.
you
That's why.
desecrate.
I love it. It's the music. Sweet
Don't you
thing, let me
desecrate
tell
the
you
Wizard of
about
Oz.
the world and the great Azara.
Would you hush?
It comes
The
from a
Wizard of
different place.
Oz was 1939. Look at the special effects for 1939. Look at
Yeah,
that.
and look at
It
those.
was up. Listen.
Look at those little people too, and what they were doing. Did you see about the little people? What they were doing whenever it was offset?
Yeah, they were in the hotel wrecking the whole damn place.
They were having a good old time.
They were wrecking chairs and balconies and everything else. They went
were-
wild.
They were wild.
Whoever it was it MGM? I think it was MGM had to pay that hotel. I don't know how many thousands of dollars or $100,000 for all the damage they did. When they were offset and not on the Wizard of Oz, you know.
Oh, they're on for their anniversary, Debbie. I didn't know they'd be coming on live for that.
Oh.
I feel terrible.
I do too.
I didn't know.
Shall we go?
Yeah, we shall go. We shall take this up another day and go pay tribute
Yes.
to White Boy
We're-
and no
We're not munchkins. We're not flying monkeys.
No, we're not.
We have a heart. Yes. We have a
Yes.
brain. Yes.
And
We
we're
have
using
courage. Yes.
Yes.
Do we have a home?
Yes.
Yes. Do we have a
We're
dog?
thankful. I do
Yes.
not have a dog, but I have cats. Many, many cats. Many, many. I can't say what my husband says. I can't say it.
Can't
on
say what I'd
live.
like to say either, but
Oh well. We'll save that for another day. Let's go on over.
Okay.
Let's go over to White Boys and wish Matt and Noelle a happy anniversary.
Good
And I
night.
thank
Love you.
everybody for coming on. I love you too. I love y'all. And thank y'all for coming over. And if y'all don't know where we're going, it's called White Boy Lockdown Radio. TM. All right. I love you guys. Thank y'all for coming over because y'all cheered me up. But we're going to go tell them happy anniversary. And it's also Matt's birthday too, by the way. But it's White Boy's birthday. So don't forget to say happy birthday and a happy anniversary. All right. Love y'all. Bye.